welcome. I'm Dragons and Cats, and tonight we'll be playing some D&D. I'd like to welcome you all to Dragon's Brew, a 5e charity game. This month, we are still supporting the Unicorn Foundation. To let you know a bit more about it, you can scroll on down, and I'm going to mute my phone from this message. Excellent. Fantastic. Just want to let you all know that the Unicorn Foundation is a great organization. Not only do they have a cool name, but they also do incredible things for people suffering from neuroendocrine cancers or NETs. It's an aggressive form of cancers that are often not detected until the late stages. Any donations will aid the research so we can walk towards a cure. Not only will your donations go to Unicorn Foundations, but also go to our players too. How? Well, if possible, your kind donations will help our players by, if you say donate $1, you can give a D10 healing dice. $2 gives a player an advantage. $5 gives a character a natural 20. And $25 gives that player a wondrous uncommon item. Tonight with us are our players. I'd like to start off with the one and only Joy Gassium.
Hello, I am Joy Gazza. I'm going to keep the theme up by whispering. I play a Tabaxi Rogue, and I am going to recover in bed for 2 weeks because I probably have very severe wounds after a long time. And no one has really talked about our wounds. We're probably very damaged. We have multiple fractures, broken legs, broken tail, and my griffin is also fucked. So we're gonna spoon together.
Next up is our Burn Wave.
Alright, I'm just going to talk normally because I can't be fucked doing that.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I could hear you.
No, good.
Could everyone else in chat hear Joygasm, even if it was just quiet?
I got the cat emoji as well.
Anyway, I'm Luke, playing Casimir, the Tiefling Wizard. What happened last? We cured our Aboleth disease. Yay! And now we're having some inter-party conflict because of an evil sister.
Oh, yeah.
You guys.
Oh, we know as players about something as well at the end. But only Brad's character knows the truth.
Yeah, that is true.
That was a big twist in the end too.
Next up, speaking of that inter-party conflict, we have BM Curfew playing Belvin.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us everything.
Tell us one thing you remember.
Multiple things.
I'm Brad playing Belvin, human paladin. The thing, well, it depends. Conflict, yes, about the sister, and then the other thing was finding out that Macath, her order, in some way helps out the cult.
The Arcane Brotherhood, I think?
Yeah, the Arcane Brotherhood. Only with knowledge that they ask for. That's about it.
An exchange of information for payment
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But it's
So-
not. It's like, But you don't know what's going on.
But yes, Belvin found that out right at the end.
Yes,
So,
he did. And by God, the emotions ran high. Oh, it was wonderful. And we will have our notorious druid joining us a little later on, possibly after the break. And until then, I am your DM, and let's kick it off with some Dungeons and Dragons. As we change from our wondrous, excellent break music, we will kick it off into something a bit more chill. Yeah, just I don't know.
Could you still not hear Joy, Ishman? Or was it just the initial bit?
It's probably the initial bit because I turned the stream up before and I could hear him when he talked about the cat emoji.
Okay, cool.
Okay, awesome.
So, bueno about that, not bueno on that.
I looked at that. I'm like, is that my own emoji? I didn't realize. It's got joy and cat in it. I was like, oh shit.
You're not that famous yet.
I was like, when did I make an emoji? I didn't realize. It's my own emoji. Sandstorm plus my online name.
All right, so
I don't think Luke would do that. If I think Kyle would want that.
What?
A whole D&D session of ASMR, but you would not play.
It was
ball.
like hurting my ears a bit, to be honest. So I'm not going to even attempt
I'm
that.
very sorry about that. Didn't mean to.
Honestly, don't think I could.
Okay,
Yeah,
I tell you
I wouldn't
why.
be able
I
to.
think when Kyle was doing, he was whispering, but then when he wanted to get more dramatic, he tried to yell whisper, and
Yeah,
that's when it got not good. It's hard because like you want to get louder, but you just can't. You just gotta be whispering. I think it's the art of whispering. But we'll learn. We'll learn one day. Because I remember he tried to get more dramatic. He's like, try to get louder. I was like, you can't get louder. And then you talk normal. I was like, oh shit! Like, wasn't used to it. I'm like, shit! I've been here whispering for so long, and all of a sudden someone talked normal.
all right, so just as a recap, you guys were able to cure yourselves by finding this flower within the glade of a unicorn by the name of Ophelia. After Ikram was able to find, well, after she allowed Ikram to spot her within the misty forest. After you guys had made your way through, after battling a bunch these two stone guardians that were in the form of bulls, you brewed the tea. You had 3 days of rest and keeping yourselves moist, and within that time you could have been doing anything. I remember the last time Sandstorm was mentioning he was wanting to keep on learning Draconic while keeping thoroughly wet. By the time the tea was brewed, the party had drank their cups, gave one to Aliad as well, and
our what does he call it? Wormling dragon? Black dragon?
yes, their wormling black dragon. That is a quote pet, not really a pet. Does her own thing. It's chill.
It's an ally.
Yeah, it's a friend.
We've been raising her, like literally from an egg.
Yep, and then from there, the rest of the party had lost the Avalus disease, being cured by drinking this tea brewed from a flower that healed a god. And Belvin was left with the moral quarry to share the information of this letter he received from his sister. He did. The party... The rest of the friends were a bit sus on it, but Delvin still hoped that there was a bit of good left in her, and didn't want to give up on her. Whereas Casimir and Sandstorm had already begun plotting the demise.
Well, it's like if she surrenders for the crime she's committed, then we'll accept that. But if she doesn't, then she can't be left to roam free and wreak havoc on everyone. She's a high-ranking cultist.
And to which we will find out what the party wants to do, as we will pick off directly as McCaff has stepped back away from Belvin, pulled the spell scroll out behind her back, and then vanished in a flash of light as Belvin stands there. The rest of the party has been going on about their business as well. And we pick up back from that day, not too long after you have all consumed your tea.
No, it's coffee.
You guys begin to feel as well around the keep. The cold winds of winter have begun to blow over the course of your return to Riverguard. You've been a bit too busy to notice it, but you see a lot of the areas unaffected by Ikram's growth around the countryside have been subjected to seasonal change as autumn begins to recede. Many of the occupants as well within the keep begin to wrap blankets around themselves, and guards have turned out their wool-lined cloaks to protect them against the elements.
Do we have enough housing for everyone at the moment?
The family that you guys brought back from the Succumber area that was destroyed by basically you dropping yourself, your whale self, onto basically
A
their
nuke.
farm. Yeah, dropping
A space whale onto the bad guys. Well, to be fair, their house was already like mostly on fire.
Yeah, that's true. But they are sharing the barracks within the central building of the keep with the rest of the tieflings. A couple of the laborers that have been hired, so basically nearly all those bunks within that area, within that living space, are taken up.
Mhm.
So getting towards the limits.
Yeah.
And over the course of time, like you could over the course of time, as well as people begin to live and merge together, there are a couple of conflicts, but they're like pushed away and talked out between the guards and Alton, as he's been acting as a mediator and basically the steward of the keep while you guys have been busy. He now currently is in Daggerford to send a message for Belvin, and he hasn't returned over that course of 3 days yet.
So he was only going to Daggerford to send a message, and he hasn't come back yet?
He hasn't come back yet, but he also said he was going to pick up some other stuff.
Yeah. Harper stuff.
All right, so now that we're here, so we can kind of concentrate on keep stuff.
Yeah.
If that's what everyone else is keen on doing, then.
Yeah. I think we need to. So Casimir can build with the carpenter. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Nicol. We can start building some houses using fabricating his carpentry skills.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, yeah, like if anyone else comes, we've at least got accommodation they can use. And I did promise them.
But don't
a
you
house
don't
for moving
don't
here.
you need the materials for that though? So you need people to go up
so we need
and
to get
cut
some trees.
trees and wood and stuff.
But Ikram started using growth to create some forests.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna take a while. Though.
And
Yeah,
there's
still gonna take that.
there is some trees around there, right?
More
the
towards
distance.
more towards the swamp area to the east. There are more mangroves. The only real forest area is probably 15, 20 miles north. It's only a little corpse of trees, like a little place. The rest is
So
more
it's just
rolling.
completely
Rolling, beautiful.
there's no trees at all.
Yeah, it's more of a flat, a
Okay.
flat land,
Yeah.
but rolling hills.
Like grasslands.
Yeah.
Okay. We might have to travel a bit to get some timber then.
You know that there is woodworkers and people meet on the way within Daggerford.
Yep.
You saw all sorts of trade going on within there as well. So it could just mean a quick trip to Daggerford over your time.
Just not sure how we'd actually transport a large amount of wood
Well,
if it's over a significant distance.
Yeah, but you would have to just hire the cart that has it all and go from there.
Yeah.
So it's an expense we'll have to do.
Have we got an idea of how much actual downtime we're going to have?
yeah, I'm just going to come out and say it. You got probably 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
The only thing you have on your clock is Sandstorm has that party to go to in Daggerford within 3 weeks. Hey,
That's
Calamity.
at the end of 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
basically before the first, within the last week of autumn, as you guys are in the final month before winter.
Well, I think we should have like a little council meeting, and our first official like meeting for the keep. Because Casimir wants to bring up the issue of security.
Cool.
So,
All right.
Like so.
How do you
The keep
call everybody to this meeting?
Dragons Brew, assemble!
You just share that meme to everyone. That was such a good meme. That was so good. I loved it.
post it in the Discord. Post it in the Discord.
Posted in the Discord, mate.
Fuck, I don't even know where it is now.
Yeah, like
Anyway, I'll find it later.
the background was, what was it again? Like,
I think it was just getting together for an off night session.
yeah, it was us that came together, and in the group chat, Boneweave made a meme, and Dragon Brews assemble.
The Anchorman.
It was perfect.
News team assemble.
Oh, that was great.
Like we're all still within the keep area. We're just
Yeah.
around and
Yeah, the day's just going by.
so basically like Talus has proved that we are extremely vulnerable at the moment. Like anyone can just waltz in, basically. So we need to focus on improving our security for the keep. Like even if Talus claims that like she's not a threat anymore, there's still other threats to the community. So
That is true.
then we need to like focus on repairing the castle walls, and maybe put some ballistas up on the walls.
Yeah, I think we just really just gotta fortify this shit up.
Yeah.
Do we have a town alarm?
Like a bell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon we
need
should
that.
get one of them installed.
We have like a lookout on the top of the tower.
Yeah, and we should get a lookout and hire people to have shifts. Whenever something goes down, fucking ring the bell because we had no idea.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
we want the
it's
bell to be able to heard from like if you're underground in the sauna area.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Especially
potential.
like if the community expands, you want it to be.
Exactly.
Well,
And like they ring the bell and then someone else rings the bell. It's like the fires.
Yeah,
You
like a
light
little
fire.
chain. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's quite awkward how no one knew about doing it.
Yeah.
But, like just we're not that
Some
far
bandits
away
just,
to
like,
be honest.
flew in. We were underground, so that was a bit awkward. But still,
Yeah.
like they just flew in basically at will.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get people onto that shit.
And on top of that, Casimir has been considering for a while to join the Harpers.
Oh, you looking for a recommendation, are you, mate? Put me down as a reference, mate.
He's a bit
Stands-
skeptical at first.
All the titles. Sandstorm, Desert
Desert
Legend,
Legend.
all the titles. Like
River
everything has
Guard,
to-
Bright Candle.
Here's my card, mate.
Because yeah, like Kaz was a bit cautious at first. Basically, he didn't know who they were really, but their sort of ideals pretty much aligned with Casimir's, and he wants to put together some sort of information network around the Daggerford area, which is what they want to do as well.
Yeah, we already give them safe haven in our area, so we can have protection and
Yeah.
shit.
And then the information network can also be used to protect us, basically.
Yeah, exactly. They recruit everyone. Would they want a drugged up bloody animal
What?
in their group?
What?
Who are you talking about?
Bloody Rob's character.
Ikram.
Ikram, yeah,
He's a drugged up animal.
Yeah, he is. Is he not?
He's not an actual animal though. He's a druid.
Yeah, but he can be a bear and be high. So, am I wrong?
Nah.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Just saying, those flaws, would they? Is he reliable to be in the Harpers?
Well, like the others don't have to join.
No, I'm just saying, like
Because Belvin's a member of the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yep.
So
I don't know how the Harpers work. Can you make your own little like
Because what's the other
Make your own group.
order? Order of the Gauntlet Harpers.
Emerald.
The
Enclave.
Emerald Enclave that deals in all things like the balance of nature, and then there's the Lord's Alliance, which is basically confederacy of all the lords around, like of Waterdeep, Daggerford, Baldur's Gate.
Well, if Ikram was gonna join any, it'd be the
The Lord's Alliance, obviously.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
The Emerald
one.
Enclave.
Yeah, Emerald Enclave. And then that way, every single one of us, every one of the council is part of each order. So, like,
We don't have a Lord's Alliance member, but
No.
we don't. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't know. No one really like sort of aligns with their motives and goals. At least
Yeah,
I don't
because
think
they're-
so.
They're mostly all the
'Cause they're all
Hired-
about, like territory and
they're all
basically
out.
their
Terror.
own-
It's basically Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the bad guys as well. What are they called? The Zentarum. They're basically all about power and control. They're like the mafia, kind of.
Yeah, they're the underground
cool.
mafia. You know a little bit about them, but not much. You know
Alright, well,
they exist.
That's a bit out of character, I'm talking.
so first round of business then for the keep, you want to put up defenses first.
Yeah, well, we should at least like repair the keep, and then also hopefully we can start working on sort of making the underground caverns into like a safe haven.
As a note, the church has been restored.
Mhm.
The northern wall has been restored. It's just the southern wall that needs to be mostly fixed,
Mhm.
and the southeastern tower as well.
Yep.
Unless you want to clean the blood off the top roof as well.
I mean, that wouldn't be too hard. I can use prestidigitation to clean that off.
Well,
Make it
as
look a bit
well
more
at
presentable.
the same time as the defenses around the walls, I would recommend we get on top of extra lodging and housing and stuff. Because if we want to get more workers in to do these things, then we're going to need more places for everybody to stay.
Yeah, so we got to organize materials for that.
Mate,
Yeah, so
they can do
if-
what they do in Sydney. They can fucking travel 2 hours to get to work. And travel back.
Cool.
Why not?
So this
Well,
is
great
this is our new little map
Wow.
that we've just played a little bit with. So that wall doesn't exist.
So we just got keep
But this
couple of
is-
houses. Oh, not just
This-
keep.
Oh no! Yeah, those were
It's come. Oh, there it is.
that was supposed to be in there.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah,
This
'cause
is
you moved
cool.
it
So
around.
we can like add on to this as time goes by
Yeah.
Yeah,
and grow and take over the world.
yeah, exactly.
Sorry, no, we don't have those intentions at all.
Sandstorm, calm down.
No, I don't have. That's just Robbie talking. That's not fucking.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's not my
Sure,
character.
sure.
Right, I'd like to thank Pete Bolly for the awesome map as well. Thank you. And so this here is currently the working model for what you're going to be basing your community off and around.
Mhm.
Your the entrance to your keep is here, and the road kind of twists and turns over to here and makes its way back up around the rolling hills. Yeah. Like I said, it's still quite an overgrown path.
Let's put
Riverguard, other than your time here, has not been a very well used or a very used area resource keep. It's been more of a backwater place. Okay, so first order of business, you want to put up the fences, you want to begin to
Just,
bring
like,
in materials,
repair
resources.
the keep, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
And
what
expand the lodgings.
whereabouts in this thing is Rob's foresty area?
All right, so Rob's foresty area
Oh yeah, good idea. Put that in there.
is
These crops.
up this way. So I'll
So
put a bunch
over
of-
the pathway.
over the pathway. Yeah.
If someone, if
Right.
It wouldn't
Right.
be over
I
the
had a
pathway.
feeling when I saw that pathway, I'm like,
no.
did Ikram do that? Yeah.
If he knew the road was there, he wouldn't have put it there.
Let's can we?
Well, what it could do make the space for the pathway and then have the trees covered around. So there's like
If authorities flew above, can they see his crops?
No, because you'd want to see the road clearly as it comes
Yeah, I
in,
know.
so you don't have people sneaking up.
Yeah.
well, I mean, we could make a new road. I mean, that's just overgrown and stuff. We could have it so it comes
Yeah, true.
instead of come out here and over here and down here and stuff. We could have it just go out and then straight across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you did come to an agreement with Mullen to actually create such a new road.
A connection between
At a half,
David and him,
Yeah, I do remember about that.
Redesigns,
No,
extra lanes.
We were gonna clear and make the road
yeah.
accessible.
4-lane highway each side.
Four-way lane that goes to one lane. Oh shit! I'm about to play bloody.
4 into 1 into 4. It's like,
Remember we tried to play SimCity and it's
oh
like
my god, that's
traffic
so
is
trivial.
impossible.
It's like because outside the map you control, there's like a huge bottleneck, and then the traffic can't get into your city. You're like, come on, man.
Rip the audio out.
Anyway, that's off topic.
All right, so yeah, it's gonna be a while before those trees are fully
That
grown.
burned me
at all.
so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Cities Skylines soon, so I'm gonna have fun with that.
So yeah, but that's a big job, making the road. Even with
I think
like,
we need some
magic.
cheap labour. Where can we get that?
Well, Daggerford. You know, in
We need to
Daggerford there
spread
is
the
a
word, though.
shipyard. In Daggerford there is a shipyard. They definitely work in lumber from getting lumber from somewhere, wherever that lumber comes from. I'm sure you can source it from there. You have a few friends in Daggerford already that you can work with. I leave it up to you.
Yeah, we'll go print off some extra business cards so we can hand out.
Yeah, because we need to spread the word a bit. Like especially to Waterdeep, we need to spread the word because then more people can come in.
Yeah.
Because Daggerford's like what, 1,000 plus people. Waterdeep's like 1 million people.
Yeah, Waterdeep's New York City.
Do we have those people? We got one person, don't we?
For what?
What's that? My mate, the one on the
Alton.
Alton. What's he doing?
Harper.
He is currently away at Daggerford, picking up some resources as well. I'm sure a message spell will be like, "Hey, could you also grab this?"
Yeah. I'll send a sending to him.
Yep.
Mate, I'm taking your position, mate. You're demoted.
Yeah. Don't come back, mate.
Imagine if you get into the Harpers and then all of a sudden you're like above him.
It's like, you want the good news or the bad news? The good news
news
is you don't have to come into work tomorrow. The bad news is I've taken your position.
You said that to him?
No.
No. It's just been funny because
like-
I kept getting the promotion and going above him, and like
As soon as you joined.
he recruited me. He recruited
He'd be
me.
so bitter.
He is bit already, so.
There's a little bit of you.
He'll get promoted soon, don't worry.
But he fucking has it good, like fuck, in our community. So you can't.
Yeah, yeah. No, I basically just say like, hey mate, by the way, can you pick up a few tons of lumber? not physically pick up, right? I know he's a little bloke.
How's he gonna bring that all back?
Yeah.
Nice time you've given him. No, I reckon go for buy water would be the best, wouldn't it? Just chuck him in the water and then go down the street.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's legit what they would do. Like back in
Okay.
the old days, they
Just
they
chuck
would
it
just
in.
chop the trees down, let the stream carry
Oh,
them.
fuck yeah, let's do that then. He can ride the
Because
log back
it's
home.
hard to carry. Like,
He can ride the
tons
log
of
back
lumber.
home. You see him coming up. Okay, stop the wood for me. Sorry, mate. See ya. It's going on. Down the
out to
river.
sea on his log
Yeah. That's the
Alright.
thing. How do you stop it? Like,
with a big net. Catch him.
He replies back and is like, right, so how many carts do you want? Do you want 1 cart, 3 carts, 4 carts, 6 carts? Give me, you gotta...
we need labour too. We need people's
We got a few
contractor. We need some contractors. Maybe not like permanent.
Like-
just
Would people have been like slowly coming in over time? Carl? Like a few at a time, maybe.
To Daggerford.
No, to our place. Like, there's been a couple of people.
we need to
coming
build
in
houses for them
naturally.
outside. Remember? I
Well-
think we have a couple of houses outside, don't we?
No, you don't.
I thought we built for some people.
No.
No.
This is what
You-
the wood's for.
is
Oh,
what it
so we
looks
need
like.
we need some contractors to build houses for the people to come. I think that's what it's to do.
Well,
So-
we have a carpenter, Nickel, and then Kaz can use fabricate to make like basic houses.
Okay.
We just need the materials.
Oh, fantastic. Then. So I can do it.
So he tells you.
Mate. Can I whisper through his whisper? Like, can I just yell out, "Hurry up, mate"?
Or instead of just like saying, "Can you organize like a few carts of lumber? Can you like organize sort of a trade deal to like bring lumber and we'll pay for the goods?
Okay.
Like
Alright.
organize with some contractors in Daggerford, basically. Transport lumber here and then we'll pay for the goods.
Yeah. He says.
We'll have like an ongoing sort of deal.
Oh.
He replies back to that same spell, saying, "I'll give it a I'll go and see what we can do. Best point of contact will be the shipyard. As long as I'll pick up some laborers as well and bring them our way if we need them."
Good job, mate.
Cool. He.
I couldn't send a message back. What's the spell, not the spell?
Yeah,
Spell's
that's
not.
right.
Thanks, mate.
So he didn't get that. It's just like silence.
That's fair.
He's waiting for the text now, mate. Sad.
Just scene.
All right. So, is there any of what are you guys doing other than having like your little council through this period of time?
Well, so we're coming into winter, so that's kind of crap. Because we want to start building, like, or creating some farms and stuff, so we
Fire
can
pits.
have our own sort of production.
What about it, livestock?
Yeah, again, winter, it's hard.
Yeah, you guys have 2 horses and a donkey
And a griffin, but don't eat that one.
and a griffin.
Can we milk a griffin?
I'm not going to go into that because I don't have enough information.
Where there's a
I'm gonna
nipple,
say-
there's a way.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Nah, that griffin's one of us.
All right. So over the course of the next couple of days, you guys go about doing your own business. If there's anything you guys want to do specifically, as in like reading a certain books, going over any of them, you guys can definitely go and do it. I believe all of them are available within the either handouts, story items, or player items. Just let me know if there's any information you want to gain from that, or just as any notes or anything. So there is that. The sermons are in there. There's the letters from Wrath. There is Drugenton's smithing tome, which Belvin has
I would
12
like-
hours in adamantine.
And we do have a few bits of adamantine armor now.
We
We
do.
could like reforge into something else. Kaz would also like to read. There's 2 books. There was Beyond the Iron Gate, I believe, which is the big green book we got from the cultists in Castle Nerite.
Yep.
I think that was the one.
So that's one as well.
And then there was one called Infernal Lineages, which we got from Skyreach Castle in that poison pit
Yeah.
room.
Right, so you got Beyond the Iron Gate, and that's in there. So you can definitely spend a day, and you'll be able to read the books completely.
Both of
Um,
them, or a day each?
a day each.
Okay.
They're thick, old tomes.
Yeah.
Beyond the Iron Gates, as you begin to open it up, you see it's written entirely in Infernal. Describes various forms of demon summoning, including the process of creating demon talismans, devil talismans, and finding out devils' true names, to which all devils, demons, and angels are bound to.
Well, that's pretty useful.
The first few chapters of the book go through the concept of devil summoning, using true names to be bound to talismans, with ideas and theories on the process, the risks and wards, such as salt lines put around in circles that will either contain yourself, protect you, or contain the devil.
So being salty will protect you from demons.
Oh yeah. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Also goes through a infernal hierarchy as well of lesser fiends, lesser demons, lesser devils. I mean, greater devils and archdevils.
Casimir's an illusion wizard. Ish. So yeah, he doesn't really focus on like conjuration and stuff. But he basically wants to know all magic. I think every wizard wants to know all magic, basically.
They're always curious. Is Belvin working on reading up on the tome and working out on any of the armor?
Yeah, he'll just be just flipping through the tome, pretty much learning what he can. He'll be in the blacksmith, the smithing, just kind of playing around with a few things. He's not going to be doing the adamantine just yet. Just wants to practice some techniques and stuff like that.
Alright. So yeah, trial and error. Make me a smithing tools check. Just to see how you go over this next course of days. Wow.
Nice.
So you spend a real good amount of time over the course of 3 days. Those 3 days you gain. Yeah. I'm going to say over the course of that, with that roll, you complete your 46 hours.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Over 3 days, 46 hours. He's been working hard.
Well, he done it a couple of days prior.
No, he's just that good.
Yeah, he's just that good.
Nice.
So
Belvin can now start forging stuff with adamantine.
that is true. So
Damn.
these days he's literally locked himself once he got into the roller things, he's locked himself away in the within the smithy, and he's in there each day, 3 days in a row, 12 hours working away, just trying, learning what he can. And by the end of those 3 days, as his shirt's off, he's got his working pants, he's got the working apron over the top, he's got his boots on. He's just by this warm forge that actually a lot of other people of residents of the keeps have come to in and watch. Even that cat with the collar and the dirt covered amulet collar has walked in and it's like just found itself a nice warm spot and has just plopped itself down to have a snooze by.
Belvin actually doesn't even notice that there's people in there. Just so focused.
And he's just working on it, and they're all just amazed by it. And the heat is a nice bonus as well.
A nice bonus.
Yeah.
Everyone just in there.
Yeah.
It's like, oof.
Actually,
yeah.
that reminds me, I have to do my roll.
Your obsession.
Your obsession.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I'm snuggled up in the corner or not. Where is it? There it is.
Too bad it's like you wanted to go for a swim. Just like
4. Oh, wait. No, I don't think that's not one.
hypothermia.
That's definitely not one.
What'd you roll?
Number 4. You sharpen your claws in carpets and furniture when you're bored, regardless of how good it is. Why is that there? Get out of here.
Nice noble trait.
Yeah. There's probably like there's a rolled up rug not too far.
It's like a massive cat instincts taking over. Fucking hell.
Just somewhere, and he's just at one point in the day, Sandstorm was just caught. Like, oh, sorry, sir.
Got my own scratching post.
Brom closes the door on you. You go hide away.
It's like, oh shit.
Stay out, my lord.
I'm like the Lord, and I just fucking. It's like, run off. It's like
everyone just scratches
catching.
their head.
That's like the most awkward part when you catch me in my like cat like mode. It's like everything's taken over.
Yeah, good work there.
Yes. It's like, what?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I forgot all about the cat. I just spoke to you about like an hour ago, Carl.
Yeah.
The cat. So Casimir studied dragons at Candlekeep for like 8 years, basically. Or at least partially.
Dragon's illusionary magic as well. All of that.
And he's had some encounters with dragons who'd shape changed into humans. So he knows they can change form, right?
Yeah.
Like basically at will. Some of the older like metallic dragons can.
More of the older ones where it's not. Well, it's kind of common within the more older worms of the metallic kind, but within the chromatic, it's a bit more rare.
Yeah.
But it is possible.
And we already felt that basically this cat was a dragon, basically through shape change. There's a few things like
There's a few things that are given away, but like you have your suspicions.
Yeah, and the weirdest thing is that it's just behaving like as a sleepy cat. Normally, like depending on the type of dragon, they have personality traits, but it just seems to like sleep all the time. That's all it does. So Kaz has a suspicion that there's some sort of like curse or spell on it that's basically suppressing its personality. Like, because that's what happened to Kaz, right? With his curse, it like completely flipped his personality. So that sort of thing is possible.
I thought we didn't know it was the dragon.
No, because like when we first came into contact with it, it was like a bit weird, and then I can't remember exactly what we did when Macath was here, because she was like an expert in dragons too.
Yeah, but Macath was just like, oh,
we could feel like draconic magic.
Oh, okay, cool. Just making sure we're not fucking cheating.
No, I don't ask Kyle about it.
Okay, because I asked Kyle about that before, and Kyle literally said to me, "We don't know."
Yeah, it says someone.
But I was in the room when he said it. And I was in the room.
You
No,
weren't
I'm like,
listening, mate. I'd believe that though. You just weren't listening.
Alright, continuing on.
I'll keep role playing that way. Don't worry about it. I'm role playing very well.
Alvin's been here with you the entire time as well. He's more or less just been helping around the place in the church. He's been helping brew up some wonderful beverages as he's sleeping within the. Well, he's more or less camping outside at this point.
He can sleep in the church. He kind of runs the place now.
There's probably enough space within the rafters that you can make a gnome-sized place for like sleeping arrangement.
Just have a little
that
cot,
can be
little
fabricated
cot for him.
I mean, if you want to be that mean.
It's just repurposing like other furniture. I'll make him a little bed.
That's fair. All right. So yeah, the cat. It's got a fairly gothic style collar on with it seems to be some sort of gemstone in it that's completely caked over with some sort of material. It's literally a diamond in the rough, but not exactly that. It's that idea. But it's not a diamond.
It's like a gem that's encrusted in something else.
Exactly, that's what I was looking for. Encrusted.
Yeah.
Encrusted in some form of slag.
Well, I'm just going to assume that's something important to him, and there's a reason it's encrusted. But I will ask him if he knows anything about curses that affect like, personalities or anything like that.
Oh, yes, there's plenty of curses, such as madness. Madness can often seep on in. There are plenty of curses going around. All the different treatments for curses appear all the time. Could usually just be made from restoration spells or remove curse spell. What are you thinking, boy? What are you thinking?
Do you know anything about curses that like suppress or change personalities?
Oh, there's plenty of them around.
Well, have you seen the cat walking around here? Or sleeping around here?
A couple times, yeah. He's been around. Cute little fella.
I'm fairly sure that is actually a dragon.
All right, now you're having me on.
No, I'm pretty sure. Like older dragons have the ability to change their shape.
Well, yeah, I've heard stories.
But it doesn't act like a dragon, so.
Well, no, look, acts like a sleepy cat because it's a sleepy cat.
That is something we still need to find out for sure. But
What do you want to do about it then?
would you? Maybe I think we should take the cat outside somewhere safe, and see if we can remove a curse or restore its personality. And I could be wrong, but just in case, we'll take it a bit away from the keep.
All right. So you two go out the front gate.
I'd definitely ask the other guys to come as well.
All right. Do you want to bring the guards as well, or is it just the guys?
Just us, I think.
Okay.
Like our group and Elvin.
Okay, so
Yeah, see if the other guys want to come along.
the other guys, what?
See if they want to actually come along.
Well, it depends when you do this.
Yeah, like Belvin's like banging away.
I was gonna say, if you do this when Belvin's in the fort,
Yeah.
Smith, then
It could be after. It could be after. It could be any time within this period.
I think,
do it at a time when we're all free.
yeah, yeah.
We'll just
I
say
think
that, whenever that
it's-
is.
It could be really, important that we're all there.
We can jump back and
So I'd
forward
do it
between
after.
timelines.
Like, because I did take a few days to read the books too, so it would
Yeah.
probably be about the same time when Belvin finished. I know what Sandstorm's been doing.
Sandstorm, have you been learning Draconic through these days?
Of course.
Okay, well,
I'm
make
fluent.
make
Rah,
an
rah, rah,
intelligence
rah, rah.
check. Make an intelligence check
Oh,
at
shit.
advantage because you have a lot of people around here to help.
Oh yeah, my friends.
I gave you the book Draconic for Dummies.
Yeah. Nah, I'm on the second volume now, mate. Draconic for mediocre people. Where is
Draconic for kobolds.
Oh shit, my fuck.
Thank you, Tribble.
Hey,
the
thanks.
odds.
Scribble there.
Oh shit. That's he made my text to speech sing that. It was so funny. It was so funny. Oh shit. Yeah, I failed horribly. Can anyone help me, guys?
Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle for you going through it. It seems like you're just going to need a bit more time.
But I've gone through the basics, right? I can talk about the weather. I can talk about those things, but
It's like hi, hello, goodbye.
Like broken Draconic.
it's a bit more than that. I'd
Yeah, it's
hope,
like
because
pig-
like I've been doing it for a while. Like,
It's like pig Draconic. Like pig like you get a couple of phrases backwards, but the idea is there.
yeah. Okay, I'll take that for now.
You can do another check after this. All right. So as you guys head on out into the rolling on a chilly autumn's morning, after you see the cat laying on the table, it's just there after breakfast. The idea has been planted. Who's scooped up the cat?
I think Kaz would probably try and pick up the cat and then realize it's like, oh shit, it's fucking heavy.
isn't the cat super heavy?
Yeah, yeah.
cat's
So you're
super heavy.
Belvin, do you mind helping me out here? Actually, wait, I could.
Do levitate it.
I can make Tensor's floating disc.
Yeah, do that and push it.
So I
on.
can. So literally, it's just like a little floating platform that follows me. And
Yeah.
can carry up to 500
That's
pounds.
perfect.
So I can just let it sleep on that. We'll just walk around.
So, but can you summon that underneath the cat and lift it up and then go?
Probably not. So I'd still
Okay,
need you to like.
so you still need-
forklift it.
Right. Okay. All right. So you just want me to pick this cat up and put it on this
Put the
disc?
cat on the disc.
Okay. All right. I gotcha. All right. Belvin will pick it up and put it on the disc.
All right, you can make me a strength check.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah. So with perfect form of a deadlift, you pick this cat off the table. It's just like, and you sweat. You get to use all your strength.
Veins popping out of the neck and the arms and stuff, just like.
Don't break yourself.
The disc is literally one step to the side, and you struggle to bring it over to the disc. But then with just one massive exhale, you just
don't just like drop it.
you just put it on. You try softly to put it down, but in the end, you do get it there.
It's just like quite suspicious now that the cat's so fucking heavy. Like.
Yeah, there's a few like signs that's like
It's
not a normal cat.
So Belvin's just like,
They look so weak.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, man? It's just a cat.
It's like Captain America with Thor's hammer. How he's just like, just a little bit.
yeah, wiggles it, and he's just like,
Yeah, that's the best.
shit. Yeah, well,
Wasn't even close.
funny thing is, the people who haven't attempted to pick up this cat, but we're just like, the hell, man, it's
Yeah.
just a cat.
Mate.
Yeah,
Doesn't
like
work out.
a couple of the guards are looking at you, just like,
Everyone has
I
a
feel
go
like you're
now.
normally carrying like these fucking massive swords and shields
Yeah.
around.
It's exactly like that. The Thor
And-
bit and the sword and the stone shit. That's what it's like.
Yeah. And then Belvin,
Are you
Just be
worthy
like-
to wield the cat?
go to everybody.
It's like a nunchuck.
I have the Pusker!
Oh, not Jack. That's
yeah.
off something, but they have 2 raccoons or something, right? Or 2 ferrets. What's that off?
Kung Pao.
Kung Pao. That's what it is,
Yeah.
It's like 2 gophers or something.
Two gophers.
Gophers, yeah. But yes, Belvin's just like, there's something different about this cat.
I was like, this is why I would like to leave the vicinity of the keep in case something goes wrong.
You guys.
Oh,
And I'd explain.
so that's
I'd actually explain the situation. Like,
all right. Well, Belvin's like, well, just give us 1 sec then. Just gotta fucking get his shit on then. Let me get my armor on and shit.
Belvin comes back down, fully
I
armed.
would have told these guys like before. It's like, oh, we're just gonna take this cat out of the place.
Yeah.
Sick of this cat sleeping everywhere. I
Alright,
need to get rid
so
of it.
Belvin's geared up. He's got his long sword, his shield.
I found a gif of Belvin.
A gif. I just need a second cat.
And you look at me, I'm like, what?
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Just come here for a second, Santa.
All right.
So yeah, like I'd explain this basically. Like I think this is a dragon that has like personality suppressed or changed with magic or a curse, and I think it's a metallic dragon, so that should hopefully work out well for us. But there is a chance that it's not. Could be
how
a chromatic.
sure are you about this?
Oh, about. Well, considering it's Carl, it's probably like a 50-50. So, like, by actual dragons, I don't think like it's very rare for chromatics to be able to shape change.
Belvin was asking Casimir how sure he is that
I'm
this
fairly
cat
sure
and
it's
all this
metallic.
curse and stuff.
Like it is very rare for chromatics to shape change.
Okay. Alright, well, let's see what happens then.
All right. So you guys,
So just
Go-
head away from the keep.
you guys
for-
go through the keep. You get you guys get some strange looks, but then like even a couple of guards are just like, yeah, used to this now.
We're just going to check on something. We'll be back in a little while.
And even Brom's just like standing at the gate with the portcullis up, and he's just like, "All right, Blue," and he actually pulls out a signal whistle and be like, "Well, may as well hold on to onto these for the signal whistle
Safety
in case,
whistle.
in case anything happens, my lord, my lord."
Start bringing it. I need an adult. I need an adult.
I'll, Sandstorm's not taken. I'll just like mage hand the whistle to Sandstorm.
What happened? I was like zoned out, I think.
You
You
would
get a
get
safety whistle.
you got a whistle in case you need to blow it to call the guards over to help.
he obviously, yeah, he couldn't hear it because he's still not used to being called my lord. I'm gonna say. It's
He's too busy with his rug, just like
Yeah.
oh, it feels so good.
So that's our like we have
Scratching
a whistle
something.
before a bell, or do we? Like that's our.
Yeah, we gotta work up, baby steps.
Yeah, well,
Who gave you the whistle?
Brom.
Ah, Brom.
and I go
It's
to
like,
town.
this is
Can we
my
get
own-
a something a bit better than this next time, mate?
This is my own rate whistle. Be careful.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
they-
dangerous at night.
Oh no, we come back
It is dangerous
and we
at
come
night
back like, oh
sometimes in
shit.
Daggerford. You have to be prepared. Anything can happen.
If anyone's targeting Brom right now, that's like the perfect time because he has no whistle.
The perfect time to assassinate Brom.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys go out into the rolling hills. The disc floats slowly behind you with this cat that's just lazing on it. Its tail flicks just down the side of the disc as it floats slowly behind Casimir. You guys get a good 5-minute walk out into the hills. Chilly wind coming past. There is a smell of salt air mixed. Smell of salt from the sea that's been blowing through with this easterly blowing wind that's coming by. And the day, even though the sunlight is shining down, like how it's been recently here, however, it's been like the sun's been shooting down, but it's still chilly, and the wind's just not helping it at all. But yeah, you guys arrive. The cat's there on the disc. Alvin looks to you and goes, "How should we proceed?"
So we like sort of out of sight of the keep, basically.
Yeah, like you're over a couple of crests of hills and in between two of them.
So Alvin has said that and he's shown that he has access to like greater restoration and stuff like that, and remove curse. I think he said.
Yeah, he's got access to remove curse, greater restoration, lesser restoration.
Well, I want to see. Can I cast detect magic first?
You can.
Just see if we can tell what sort of effects are on it. Here's detect magic. It's not on my sheet for some reason.
Huh.
Oh, there it is. It is on my sheet, I lied. Something changed though. They changed the format of it.
Yeah, they've got a new character builder coming out.
So I want to see if I can tell, because I think we detected there was like powerful transmutation magic on it or something.
Yes, powerful transmutation magic emanates from the collar around its neck, and then spreads out to the rest of its body. Whereas the gem itself, and then around the rest of the collar itself, puts out powerful enchantment magic.
Okay. So Alvin, can you try and remove the enchantment with your greater restoration, maybe?
He said, "Well, I'll give it a good go. We'll see how it happens. See what happens." He's going to pull out his holy symbol and say a quick prayer to the gnomish god of war. As he leans down and says,
If it is a curse.
"Oh, great one, allow this to unlock." And there's a blast of little radiant magic that goes over the collar and around the cat's neck. And it's the really first time that you've seen the cat's eyes kind of open fully. And then they begin to dart around as the collar, which is essentially a band of metal, at one point just clicks open from the back. And you see it kind of slide and just float on top of the disc. He looks back and goes, "That was easy."
I can't say hello to the cat. Do you understand me?
The cat looks up, it sits up and gets into like that kitty position. Its tail wraps around its front, and looks at you all. Looks down at the amulet and collar and slowly but surely bats it off the edge away from it. And then looks over the edge at it. And then looks back up at you all, like in a line. I do say, as the cat's mouth begins to move, thank you all so very much. Then there's this massive yawn, in more or less a way that all of you, except for Ikram and Alvin, can understand. It's a very draconic sounding yawn. Just
I was right.
been sleeping like that for years. Well, might want to. I recommend suppressing that call, if you do not mind. You then see that there is a slow growth coming from the cat as its fur recedes behind these copper coin-like scales that begin to show out. Its form begins to bulge. The disc is then bursts from the weight underneath the creature as the cat's claws begin to turn into these massive paws with these huge claws. From its shoulders spine out these large leathery wings that then fly out to the side. Around its around where the ears are, they begin to form together and then split into two large swept back horns. From where its whiskers are, a couple more grow, then become talons and then begins to create separate membranes between them. Underneath its eyes, another two rows of horns appear out and skirt around as this grows to an enormous size. It is in proportion to the keep, mind you. While you are all like small insignificant creatures, the dragon is in proportion to the keep.
So it's about a quarter of the size of the keep.
Yeah, it grows into nearly a jumbo jet just in front of you, and then sits up as you see its massive scale-plated chest, and then billows out, and the dragon then.
Wait, we didn't do a play. We didn't see if this dragon's gonna be a good guy, right? Did you just unleash it
Yeah, you did.
over goodwill?
That well, metallic dragons are basically always good-natured.
Oh, okay, I was just sort of like fucking went for it.
It's huge, long tails.
We couldn't keep it in the keep.
Around.
It was just like it was a fucking bomb waiting to go off if we just sort of left it in the keep.
Yeah, but you're unleashing this dragon.
That's why we went outside the keep.
The dragon's wings span out and then stands up on its rear legs and stands huge. Its chest is like 60 feet up in the air as it's
holy crap! That one's strong.
And rears back, and then it leans forward and just
wow.
And then gives a massive. A good slumber.
I'm just like look at Bell and go, you picked that fucking thing up, mate.
You're a big boy.
How did you? For a slight second, mate.
Good. Thank you all.
So
Thank you.
introduce
Where am I?
yourself. I am Casimir, and this is Belvin, Ikram, and Sandstorm, and Alvin. May we know your name?
The hair kind of like slowly but surely snakes down towards you, and like it's all the way up into its face. As you can see, its like large snout begin to slowly move. Thy name is Tyrus. Tyrus the Jest. Would you like to hear a joke?
So, what would Kaz know about copper dragons?
You can make a intelligence check.
He's probably been
I
dying
did-
to tell this joke for a long time.
I
So
studied
let's let him.
dragons for years.
You studied dragon, but this one's like,
Or I studied dragons for fucking years.
damn. Yeah, you know the notorious tricksters and pranksters. They like a good party.
Well, we are a good party, technically. We're not evil.
To us.
He then leans over and again with his tail like bats away the collar just off to the side. Ting, 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 ting. So there was once a dwarf merchant who loved chewing chew rot. One day while he was washing his hands in the river, the string keeping his pouch of the chew rot came undone. All his chew rot slipped out of his pouch and flowed downstream. The dwarf panicked. He couldn't go about his day without having his chew rot, so he quickly went to the nearest town. He went up to the town herbalist and said, "Do you have chew root?" The herbalist replied, "I do have a big nose."
Was that the punchline?
You do hear, like, those of you who can understand Draconic, every time he says chew root, it sounds like big nose. And Dwarf shouted, "No!" shouted the Dwarf. "Do you have chew root?" The herbalist replies, "Oh, chew root! I used to have some, but the butcher took it last year. You should ask him." The dwarf goes to the town butcher and asks, "Do you have chew root?" The butcher replies, "Do I have a big nose?" The dragon rambles on and on about the dwarf going to various people asking for chew root. The joke eventually reaches its end, and so it goes. So the dwarf climbs up to the mountain and enters the dragon's lair. Before the dwarf says anything, a deep, booming voice comes from within. "Little dwarf, I know why you came here. You came here for chew root." The dwarf was instantly surprised. "Oh, great one. How did you know I was coming for chew root?" The dragon replied, "Because the big-nosed dwarf has not entered a dragon's lair."
Alright, guys, you should laugh.
Oh, that one usually stays at the meeting of the kings of justice. Oh, they usually love that one.
Yeah, it was.
Where
It
am
was
I?
great.
I'm by the coast. Keep not far, river nearby. Smell of... yeah, lesser tribal folk.
You are
East.
in Riverguard, which is close to Daggerford.
Oh, I'm not too far away from home at all. Wonderful. You can keep that.
What?
That down there.
What was
Question:
it?
What? Who put that on you? Who made you?
A
Sleep
dwarf
for a
looking
long
for
time.
chewroot. He shows a.
I'm
he
gonna
laughs
say
with a
it's all
big-
you, Casimir. This is
So, what does it do?
Puts you to sleep, apparently, and turns you into a cat. I don't want to know about it. But thank you so much for releasing me as well. I am very grateful. So as long as you are alive and hanging around this area, this dirt cake amulet, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I'm hungry. Now, one thing I do remember, there was this dish. It contained of mint, some sort of sauce, and pasta sheets.
None of us cook.
Alvin looks over to you and goes, "Lasagna. You're looking for lasagna?" "Yes, lasagna. I had that once a couple of times when I was a cat. gonna have to try that again now. Where can I get some lasagna?
What's our chef's name again?
Tyrus.
Tyrus.
No, the chef.
Oh, Ramsey.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Chef Ramsey. That's right.
Belvin will go. I can find out if Ramsey knows how to make lasagna. Get him to make some up quick, smart.
Wonderful. Why don't you lead the way? Then we can go have some lasagna.
Would you be able to keep your form of being a cat while you're within our keep?
It's been a couple of centuries. I would like to spread my wings if you do not mind the little lesser one.
Would we be able to bring food to you then?
The grass is well enough here. I don't see why that wouldn't be a problem. Why not?
Sounds like a plan. I will go find it out now.
Get the food, Belvin.
Ready, buddy. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. So while this dragon spreads its wings and beats the leathery membranes of it down to create a bit of a wingspan for it to fly on up into the air, it's like it raises its back and goes, oh, the feeling, the air, the chill of it again. It's wonderful. Ikram goes, you think Elliot will grow to that size?
Maybe in 1,000 years.
The dragon, yeah, thank you so much for the rainbow. Thank you. I'm so happy about that. The dragon then goes for a bit of a fly around. Belva comes back with some about 2 hours later with some lasagna. It's honestly like just a small little tray, and his dragon comes over and goes, it's not much, but I guess the gist is considering everything, that's a wonderful gift. May I please?
Please.
More than welcome to, and I'm just gonna place it down. I'm not gonna hold it up. I'm gonna place it down and just slide it over to him.
How big is it compared to the him though? Like it's not be much.
Like
Maybe
it's
like a
not
mouthful.
a big tray. It's like just a small tray.
Oh shit.
It's a big tray in like our size. Like it's probably like this big.
Can anyone in our keep see this happening? Like, is everyone alarmed yet?
You guys are far enough away.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's exactly why I wanted to come out.
oh
So-
shit.
Tyra said you then see his form then begin to shift, and he changes into a more humanoid form. It basically then shifts, his wings recede into him, his tail goes into him, his copperish skin stays with the copper tinge, but he has these intense yellow eyes with 3 black pupil dots within it that you can see. And he goes, fantastic. This is a bit better, I think. Yes.
Kaz just thinking, God damn it.
Don't enjoy humans sometimes, but it works. And he literally just scoops out, begins scooping with a handful, and just begins. Oh, this is good. This is good. I'll tell you what. You can keep the collar, let me out, and this delicious meal. I will happily see if I can create another small little layer nearby. What do you reckon? He's gonna stop on by. Like if I ever have a lasagna again, invite me around. It'll be good.
If you establish a lair nearby, I'm assuming you'd come to defend if something threatened your territory then.
Now that is something we could discuss.
I've had some issues with some wyverns coming in recently.
They come to gobble up your cows.
We don't have cows.
They would have eaten them if we had cows.
Yeah.
You should probably
Rub
get
it in
some
there, don't
cows.
you? We have 2 animals or something.
Oh, well done.
One's a griffin.
We've got like two not like abnormal animals. They only have like 2 horses.
Abnormal.
Well, they're definitely not normal. That's
They're
for
definitely
sure.
not normal. A wormling and a griffin are not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one farm animal.
You have a donkey, literally.
I have a donkey. And that's it.
So what do you say about? Sorry, I derailed it a bit.
You can make a persuasion check as he's like, well, possibly. Maybe tribute, maybe some more delicious lasagna, maybe hinting to you. It's like,
We would definitely give him more lasagna if he's protects the area a bit. Ugh.
tell you what. How about once a month? I come over, we have ourselves a lasagna. And maybe if you have any extra gemstones, you know, you don't like hanging around, that could also serve for a wonderful meal as well.
Sounds great.
Wonderful. He reaches his hand out to shake on it.
Sandstorm is the lord here.
Wait, like, how do you shake his hand? He's so big.
Nah, he's
No,
a
he's-
human now.
He shifted into a human.
And I shake his hand. I'm like,
I feel like he's gonna be pretty strong.
Yeah, he just like
Don't-
shakes you like.
don't break my hand, please.
He lets you lead with the handshake before
Yeah.
going into a full.
Yeah.
Ragdolling.
Like a Skyrim, the fucking
The giant. Yeah.
That's what happens. That's me. I just go flying off. Blast off again.
He then looks at you and goes, "Well, this has been wonderful. Do you know of any parties going on soon?"
We do 3 weeks. I mean, there's a party down there in the water area.
Wait, what?
Goodbye.
I don't think it's a good idea to lie to this dragon.
We're not lying if we
Whoa.
don't tell him anything, right?
Well, there's a party. You can make any party anywhere.
Well, I guess he did ask. But
Well, do you have a minstrel, or a bar, someone to play some good music, or anywhere that has good music? Tell me.
I don't think we have anything here, right? Not yet.
You
we
you
don't
remember
have
there were a couple of taverns in Daggerford that were had a pretty good vibe to them as well.
I just don't want anyone to piss off a dragon and destroy Daggerford.
Like, make an insight check.
It's just like we're so worried now.
Do I get advantage from the cube?
Whatever happens from
get
now
advantage
on,
from
it's
the-
your fault, Luke.
21.
You feel like him being released. It's like you get the sense that he is ready to have some fun within small folk society,
Yeah,
within
sounds
lesser creature mortals.
pretty restless kind of thing.
Yeah, you're not too sure how long he's been sleeping, but he wants to enjoy in some more ludicrous activities. He wants to have some fun.
Daggerford would be the closest location. With a good mood.
Ah, well then, I think I'll go check that out.
Pray for Daggerford.
Now, come, show me. Where is this Daggerford you speak of? If we are... And he sniffs around again. If we are where we think we are, it should not be more than a couple miles that way. And he points directly towards Daggerford.
Yep. You are correct.
Wonderful. Tell me, are they very... Listen, are they very accepting of dragons these days? I'm not entirely sure. There was one group that had this red half dragon that came to ask a couple of favors from me. That was one thing I remember when I was a kid. But
Is he talking about the cult of the dragon?
I was talking about a red half dragon.
We did encounter one red half dragon.
Sounds like the one you squished.
I'd like to think that we squished him.
I think you personally squished him.
My memory's a little bit hazy.
Well, regardless, if you see them, please kill them. They came into my lair while I was having a snooze as a kitty, and I would like them squished.
Did he say he would like them squished?
Yes,
Yeah, that is what he said.
Well,
yes.
how convenient that we have squished them.
I believe that we have.
oh
Or-
god, then my lair would be safe, and they are no longer using it. Excellent. I need to find that old man.
What
I'm
old
going to
man?
look for that old man when I'm there.
What old man?
The old man that you got him off.
Oh, from Daggerford.
Yeah. From Dagford. There was the old crazy
Looks like a
man
drunk
selling
dude.
it.
A drunk dude.
Yeah, some drug guy just that traded the cat for a couple of silvers.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in Daggerford.
Oh, good. Well, I'm gonna go find him. Come on, let us venture back. And do you mind if I borrow? No, I'm going to walk. I'm going to hoof it. I'm going to enjoy the pleasures of walking. Again.
Did he just ask us to come walking?
Yes.
Oh boy. All of us?
What are we
just-
doing
he
right
just
now?
said
What's
it and
going
he-
on?
Wait, what?
Do we
He
hold
just begins
hands?
to walk
What
to the
do you like?
direction of Daggerford, like literally just.
This
and
dragon's
walk.
been away for a while. He likes to walk, I guess. We're
He
busy.
has
so
left
he
there
did.
with the collar on the ground, not too far from him. His massive dragon footprints within the sand, within the grass, and just
Was that collar for the power?
Yeah,
Luke?
like put him to sleep basically.
So can I pick that collar up for something future
Can.
use? Awesome.
you can.
Don't put it on.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say.
no.
I'm gonna have a nap now.
And turn into a cat.
Have you
Make
ever
them
Wait,
felt,
I'm
have you ever
already a
felt like
cat.
you've had broken sleep? This collar can help you.
Permanently.
I think it'd be good though to like if we get any enemies, we can just fucking put that around them.
Go to
You
sleep.
can make a investigation check there, Sensor.
Okay. Where are you? Investigation. There you are.
Had to investigate to find investigation.
11.
All right. Where do you keep your crown, your broken crown? Is that always on you?
That's in my bag of holding.
One
Is that
thing,
always on you?
Yeah, I got my everything's with me.
one thing you
Bag of
notice
tricks.
about the size of a gem, although encrusted encrusted with slag on top of it, the outline of the gem itself is very similar to the small oval centerpiece. Well, not centerpiece, but side piece of the crown.
Much like Thanos, where he's like,
Yeah.
Except it's a crown, so he's like,
I'm
it's a
not
good-
wearing it, you dickhead.
throwing rocks at yourself.
Snappy's just like. Yeah, just.
Straight through his head. Like, whoops.
And that was the end of Sandstorm the Legend. He is now dead. Belvin now takes the keep. He's now the Lord. No, but like I have the crown in my hand. I don't have it. I don't have it on my head.
Yeah, it's broken currently. You only have half a crown.
I have half of it, but it's so the indent is on my half.
Yes.
So does like a force one like what we're saying actually happens? Like it wants to bring it to.
Well, as you beckon the broken crown from the bag of holding and hold it close to it, you can feel the collar itself begin to vibrate, hum, and then glow in a soft, opaline, glowing glaze of like a greenish red, as the slag begins to crack and begins to disintegrate off the gem. It is revealed to see a beautiful opaline gem shining crisp. This gemstone is immaculate, probably worth a lot more than your average opal. As you then see it break the edge of the holding of the amulet, breaks and shatters in your hands, and then into the crown.
Infinity crown.
Yeah, this is awesome. Fucking hell.
It sits right next to the black sapphire. I mean the star sapphire that's in the back section of it. which is a more larger gem.
Does anything happen?
The gem glows for a second. The opal glows. The star sapphire glows, and then it dies down.
Wait, didn't I get the other half of like the cat or something?
No, he said the other half. The
cat has it.
Claws of Strength said that the last time he heard about the other half of the crown, that it was.
It's the cheetah cat.
Yeah.
The one that sort of saved me in a way.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that was being taken to Chult, to
Oh,
the city of
shit.
misery. To the
This
city.
is coming like an infinity thing, isn't it? Like I'm getting all the stones and stuff.
Chult looks like a place we have to go to.
Yeah.
This is awesome. This is all coming together now.
It'd be really awkward though. Like for the Infinity Glove, you snap your fingers, but like for Infinity Crown, you have to snap your neck.
It doesn't think I'm going to use it that way. You can use it any way you want, mate. I want to use it for good.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
obviously half that's dying.
Time to die, guys.
Yeah. Well, half of it's got to go, so I guess I'm one of the half.
Tyrus walks off. Tyrus has walked off completely by now, as the gem is now encrusted into the into the crown.
So,
So now there's 2 gems, right, in the crown.
Now it is 2 gems.
Yeah, it's 2 gems now.
Are
And how
we-
many more slots is there in my crown?
Other than the very front one, which is only half a slot, as that's where the break is.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
are we meant to be following him?
Nah, I think we got no time for him. We'll tell him like, mate, we'll catch up later. We got no time. We're pretty busy
Yeah.
right now.
Kind of.
We got attacked. We kind of need to fortify our keep. But we'll catch up next time, and it's great to say hello to you.
No problem. See you later, guys. I'm
See
going
you,
to
kid.
enjoy the finer delicacies of you smaller mortals.
Yeah, we'll catch you later, man. We'll catch you out for drinks.
Indeed.
To some
Bye.
dragon.
And the dragon walks off in its humanoid form.
That's the best. So, what would you say, ally? Like, is he a friend? Like,
He's probably friendly to us now.
Probably
yeah.
he's
Like, if
quite
we caught up
friendly.
with him, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we'll help this. Help
Freed
us
him
out."
from that.
So, if he fights in
enchantment.
human form, he's pretty damn strong, right? Like, he could just punch.
If we
people.
fought that dragon,
No, say if like we're in trouble and all of a sudden he turned up in human form, he could just like punch people to death, right? Can't he?
Yeah, could possibly. Yeah.
He
Yeah, I
just
think-
come up and go, boom.
I think they keep their stats even when
Yeah,
they change
that's
Yeah.
that's sick. That's awesome. Cause say if we're
shape. Can
in
he still
trouble,
like breathe fire if he's in human form?
that's awesome.
Yeah. No?
Shit.
You'd have to take a look. Yeah, the dragon wanders off in direction of Daggerford.
You want drinks of the dragon?
Well, that went about as well as it could have, I think.
Yeah, I think it was all good. Like,
Could have been worse.
Like even with good dragons, they're still like they can be really temperamental.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what type of dragon it was either, which affects a
They are
lot.
dragons.
it seems like he just wants to have a good time, to be honest.
Like copper dragons, just pranksters and mess around a lot.
Yeah, he just
basically.
wants to go for a
They
party.
just want a party.
Yeah. He
Full
might-
frat, full frat
I
dragon.
re- if you guys want to go see Theodore Silvertongue, I reckon one of his concerts probably.
Oh yeah,
Just wants
definitely.
to get drunk.
This is how scary half dragons are created.
No, Kent. I'm just
I
a
can't,
dragon
this fucking joke.
in disguise.
Cat. Oh,
It never gets old.
No, I don't think that's happened before.
I feel like it's happened.
I swear it's happened.
I forgot the
I'm
few
having deja
times.
vu.
Yeah, it's so
Alright.
weird. Welcome, Ken. Welcome.
Welcome, buddy. All right, so you guys return back to your keep. A couple of days later, Alton returns. He brings with him a change of guards, some other more robed figures that you all seem to notice have the harp symbol, which is the crescent moon with a harp within the crescent on a purple or blue background with a silver lining. They surround a horse-drawn, noble-looking carriage. The windows are concealed by drawn curtains. As the carriage pulls up and comes in, you see behind them 3 carts. 2 look to be packed to the rafters full of lumber. The other one seems to be covered with a leather tarp over the top, and that there are crates and crates within it. Some people are riding on the back of that cart. Others are just walking side by side. Carriage pulls up. Brom approaches you, Sandstorm, in a bit of a puff, and goes, Lord Daggerford. Lord Riverguard. Sorry.
Mate, come on, get on your knee. Slap him.
What?
Get it right next time, mate.
I'm sorry.
Get it. No, don't. Please don't.
Sorry.
What the fuck?
I've had a bad day, mate.
Lady Remilia Haventree awaits you in the courtyard.
Oh, shit.
So she's here.
She's here.
Ooh,
She's rock up.
Oh, shit.
that's convenient.
Yeah. As you
At what
a
time of
direct,
day is this?
it's probably about 10 o'clock in the
I
morning.
direct Nico to start like on the housing construction now that the materials are here, and he can oversee that.
Cool. You talk to the guards and the rest of the laborers. Nicola's just like, all right, well, let's get this done, boys. Let's work. Let's start putting up. Are you gonna put up a fence or anything out front or something?
What do you mean? It's a fence around the whole
We
thing.
don't need a fence right now. All the
Oh,
houses
not
would be outside the walls.
Oh, you need a
Yeah,
fence.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Fence
Just
We don't need a fence.
well, there's no houses to protect
should-
yet.
Well, we should probably at least mark out the borderline of where we want
Oh,
them
yeah.
to be within
Yeah.
contained.
Yeah.
Sort of like plan it. We should plan
So
before.
we probably
it
in
goes
the
all
few
mess.
days, probably talking to each other, writing up a plan of what we want to do and drawing it.
Has anyone been like a city planner in our group?
I played City Skylines.
Trucking traffic.
It's like, now we're
best-
gonna have a real bad bottleneck right here. So we're
I
gonna line it
reckon.
out.
Yeah, so you have 5 lanes coming in and 1 lane going out. Okay.
The best thing Belvin's done is set up tents and stuff when he was in the war. Stuff. Set up
So,
his tents and stuff in an area. That's pretty much it.
well, we could have the houses, do it in the houses at the front entrance, or start at the back of the place.
Well, there's no more room like in the actual keep, right? So we have to build outside for now.
So do you want me to talk to Luke about your thing, or you want to do it yourself?
I'd come with you.
Yeah, but did
Talk
you
about
want me to
joining.
do you want me to give you like a recommendation or something?
We've done like the same work. You're just part of their group.
I'm pretty sure you've already done. We've been through this, I swear.
They offered initially, but
That's right.
Kaz didn't know basically who they were
That's-
really.
Yeah,
he's
that's
like,
right. Because I swear, you're pretty much in already. But
Yeah, like we're like
You've
on
just
good
been-
terms with them, but
yeah.
he didn't officially join or anything.
Wait a minute. Can I recruit? Am I high enough rank to recruit myself?
You haven't tried yet.
I dubbed the.
I'm
Sir
just gonna.
Casimir.
Okay, I want to go ahead and I just on Arc. So it's like, oh, I'm just gonna recruit Casimir. No worries.
He goes, well, hello to you too, Sandstorm Bright Candle.
Hello. I do
How
my curtsy. Hello.
She'll bow in front
Meow
of you.
low.
Meow.
I'm only here for a little bit of time. There is a lot to do back up in Waterdeep. What's been going on? How is the new place coming together? I
Oh,
can see repairs are...
yeah, we got a tactic. Yeah, no, it's not in a good state at the moment. So we just need to order in some new supplies and get everything built up.
Well, that is why I have brought these wonderful agents. And you see the 3...
Oh, we have a wild Ikram too. Ikram's just there in the fields. You'll see he's over there in the garden area fixing up the crops. He's doing all right.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, dude. Is he there? He's there.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, buddy. Welcome. How's it?
Yeah.
That's hectic.
More work.
At this point, do we want to take a break before we get really back into it?
Yeah,
Probably a good time.
Let's take a break.
I'm feeling fresh.
Good time. actually.
No, all right. That's all right. That's fine.
No, you guys are going on break.
No, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad time actually because we started earlier. Remember?
Yeah, we should probably have a break, and I'll catch Rob up on all the things that have happened so far.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, so you
Nice.
guys go have a break. I'll talk to
Like a
Rob,
tea.
and I'll introduce our wonderful druid Ikram. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello.
Thank
It's been a
you.
long day. Yeah, I'm Ikram. I'm playing a druid who's half angel, and that's my story. And I don't know what I've missed. So
All right. So far in our story tonight, what's happened is the party has basically gone back and forth between their plans for the keep, what they're going to do with it. They're going to hire some more guards. They source some lumber, some resources to bring it all in.
nice.
They took the, including yourself, you're here for it. They took the cat out on a floating disc. It was super heavy. Belvin only just managed to pull it onto the floating disc from the table, and they
But
released.
by himself.
Wait.
He-
What did
he-
they do?
He picked up the cat, which weighed like a ton.
What cat?
The
Do you
sleeping
remember
cat.
the cat that we bought? Do you remember
bought
this
a
little
cat?
cat? Do you remember this cat we ended up having? It was
No.
under the thing with us and everything.
Oh, you mean the cat? I thought that was Shuggy's cat.
No.
Shuggy
She
just purchased it.
Yeah, and she just took
Ah.
care of it.
Yeah,
So that's actually our cat, is it?
she left it behind. Yeah,
Okay, so what do we do with this cat?
took it out to the fields away from the keep. Casimir had a little suspicion about it. With the help of Alvin and a use of greater restoration, the gnome removed the what seemed to be a cursed effect on the collar that had the collar around the cat's neck that unclasped, and the cat morphed into a huge copper dragon.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and told a real shitty joke.
And just remember, Belvin picked him up by himself.
Holy fuck.
I don't know how exactly, to be honest. I'm hoping
Science and stuff.
he's just that tank.
Relevant mass to relevant size.
Yeah, I know. I figured that'd be the case.
All
But,
that stuff.
but still, the cat was
So-
was-
How did you? So did it just turn into a copper dragon
just
after
turned
the
into it.
collar
yep.
was removed, or?
Yeah, once the collar was removed and the effect was dissipated, the dragon came back to its senses
Oh,
and
nice.
morphed into its dragony self, like in I think it's Dragonheart or Braveheart. No, Dragonheart. Like that old dragon movie.
I was going to say Braveheart doesn't have any dragons.
No, it doesn't actually. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And the cat, its name, the dragon, his name's Tyrus. He's a bit of a prankster, bit of a jokester. Told a really shitty joke that you couldn't understand. That was half spoken in Draconic.
Is that what copper dragons are generally like, or?
Yeah, you get an idea. Yeah. He was then like, right, what can I do? I'm going to turn into a human. And can you bring me some? I would really love to try that thing with the mint and the sauce and the pasta sheets. What's that called?
Spag? Oh, lasagna.
Yeah, lasagna. And it was
Yeah,
like,
right.
and Belvin came back 2 hours later with a large tray full of lasagna, turned into a human, and just started eating it with his hands. It's like, well, this is good. I'm going to go party. Where can I party? And then he was like, then he sniffed, looked around, and was like, okay, so we're not too far from the ocean. It smells like there is a lot of humans down a lot of lesser creatures down that way. Am I near Daggerford? And the party was like, yeah. He was like, right, I'm going to go there. Now come walk with me. I'm going to enjoy I'm not going to flap my wings. I'm going to enjoy a walk. And he just started walking off over the hills and just pissed off. But a deal.
So he's gone now.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
He's going to walk into Daggerford, but a deal's been struck. Once a month or something, he'll rock up, and you're basically going to feed him pasta, well, lasagna.
So he's like Garfield, but a dragon.
Yeah,
My God.
yeah. All right, I'm going to go take a quick bio
So-
break.
Whose idea was that one?
What, the lasagna? That was Carl's idea. Or the dragon.
Okay.
The dragon
He's like,
itself waking him up is Luke's.
Yeah. It was a good idea.
That's cool. Oh my god. My mate on the shoot today took a photo of me. So you can see it. Badass.
Epic.
Yeah.
That should be your character. Just you.
The one on the ladder was pretty cool.
So many smoke machines.
Oh yeah, that looks so good. You see my
Smoke
comment?
machines.
I just
Yeah,
like-
mate.
Oh, yeah. Be up there, looking
right,
down
mate.
on us all. Sexy as fuck.
Yeah, I dug the comment. Oh. So who's this chick?
The what?
The chick on
Oh,
roll
Oh,
20.
that's the Harper's chick.
Harper later. Remelia.
Harper
Remember the
Lena.
one that I
Leader.
talked to in the Harpers ages ago?
Part of the order that Sandstorm's a part
That I'm
of.
part of. Remember the sneaky crew?
Sneaky people.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sneaky.
Sneaky people.
I mean, it's not wrong. Yeah, and now Kaz wants to join him because they actually have like ideals that match up pretty closely to what he wants.
Which ideals are you mostly focusing on? You like?
Was their ideals are? Oh, I'll look it up.
I know they're just pretty much neutral, aren't they?
Not really. No. They just operate sort of like independently.
Yes, I
So
mean,
their
but
beliefs are:
they can work with both sides, though, can't they?
one can never have too much information, too much power leads to corruption, and no one should be powerless.
Yeah.
So they match up pretty closely to what Casimir
They're pretty
believes.
much like, say, they're pretty much Jedi, aren't they?
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I mean? Like
Well, they're not dead.
Because it has to be dark side and the light side. What did you say?
They're not dead.
Good one.
But you know what I mean? But they're trying to keep balance, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, actually, that's more like the Emerald Enclave. They try and keep the balance.
Isn't that what they do?
That's
Hear
like
that?
the druid. Yeah, it's like an alarm or something.
Hello. No one's home. Just close that window right there. That's a bit less. Holy shit.
I can still hear it a bit.
Oh shit. It's fucking loud. Someone's coming. Oh no, that's a house alarm. That's definitely a house alarm, isn't it?
Can you see what's going on? Just a break in, no big deal, guys.
Just
Oh, wait,
yell out
that's
the
my
window
fault.
and just be like,
Oh wait, there's
Stop
someone right here.
robbing
Watch
them.
out, guys. I got him, mate.
Did
just yell out the window, just, oi, get out of there.
Yeah, babe,
Just
they're trying to
see someone run
slave.
away. You just see
Record the
someone
VOD,
run.
guys, so they're watching and see evidence. It's fucking. I think that's like a house alarm, isn't it? That's not a
Probably.
I don't know.
How
Yeah.
close is that? Or is it just really loud?
That's annoying. I've muted me.
It's not that loud. It's like really not noticeable. Oh. So what's Ikram's plans for his downtime? Have you got any?
Bloody grow trees and
Start the herb garden.
talk to.
Doesn't Ikram want to like learn how to cook really well and stuff? Doesn't he?
Put your name
Yeah.
as a dot rob on Zoom.
Oh man, why does it keep doing that?
I don't know, man. Just Zoom things.
Dot.
The weird thing about that is just, I've never had to change mine. Mine's always just been the dot.
Yeah.
Mine was good until like I don't know, like what, a month ago, and then it just started to change every single time I come on.
So
I don't know why.
I guess it doesn't really matter. 'Cause
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
has, like, Twitter and stuff anyway.
Luke, is there anything in particular you wanted to do with your adamantine?
Oh, so it's more like an idea at this point. I was talking to Kyle because we have like the elemental portal under the keep,
Mm-hmm.
and basically Kaz wants to potentially like close that, but like sort of store the portal is like an energy source. So you'd make up some sort of like object to actually, out of adamantine, to actually contain that.
I wasn't sure what you meant, but when you said that before, I was like, I thought you might have just wanted to figure out how to use the portal. And
Yeah,
then-
well, like then it could like be some sort of power source, but it'd be like
Oh, right.
portable.
But what kind of contraption can we make
I don't know. That's the
store
point.
that?
That's like a downtime thing.
How much adamantine will that use?
I don't know.
Motherfucker.
3.25 kilograms.
Dude, that adamantine is really rare, right? You only get it from like meteorites and
Yeah, I know.
things like that.
Yeah, I know. But like,
No, I'm
it's just
talking to,
something.
talking to Rob.
I gotta work
Rob.
out this car.
So, and like, you don't get very many chances to make armor out of adamantine.
Well, we
so-
have three. We have like 3 sets of armor plus the tridents as well, so we have a decent amount of it.
and like, and you guys all have to depend on this guy.
How do I send you guys photos?
Where?
Like on
They-
what?
Are they sexy photos?
Yeah, not safe for
I'll
work.
sh-
We're gonna
I'll show
get
you
banned.
That, just
Put
chuck them on
pictures up.
Discord. Everyone see.
It
Mate.
depends what it is.
Don't put your dick
Oh,
pics
it's
up on
just-
Discord.
You know.
You can come on Jones the Cat's Discord or something. Is there a photo section? Add like a photo thing there, Kyle.
Yeah, we're gonna have a photo. Shameless selfies.
There you go.
Shameless self.
That's
I was
fair.
literally so like that photo I just showed you guys.
Give us a good look, mate.
One of the guys went on to the Go Plays.
You're lagging out, mate. Too much hotness, mate.
Fuck. We're gonna just do it.
Oh no! What the
It's
hell's
like he goes, one is not like the other, and it's like that dude's fucking Instagram, and then he's like, Photoshop my photo in.
Who's?
It's
The guy from Game of Thrones,
Yeah, but who's
Tormund.
Tormund.
Tormund. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what? Tormund did this.
Yeah,
No,
he-
one of my mates did.
That's like
put- he
saying,
put
who
a
did
clip-
it?
The actor for Tormund did it.
He's like saw you and thought that's my brother.
Oh.
How many photos
Would
was
love
there
that.
though? I saw so many.
There was heaps. Honestly,
So
Photoshop my
many.
photo, but there's 12 of them total, and one of them's me.
That's what I
sec.
thought. Oh, I see now. Yeah. We need a better quality, eh?
I don't know, I'll just put it on the Dragon Brew chat.
Yeah, do that. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. One of those games, is it right? I'll be able to do it, mate. I'm pro at this game.
You'd be able to guess which one.
Okay, I can't even tell. It all look the same.
Yeah, my hair's getting heaps long now, so it's starting to get like that.
Do you want that
Keeps
look?
curling.
You're trying to be his double, are you? It's like, get a
Yeah,
roll.
mate.
Don't
Like,
you
how good would
double.
that be?
How
Don't
tall are
you
you
need
though,
the
compared to
muscles
how
for
tall
that?
is he?
I don't know how tall that dude is, actually.
Look
They
how
make, they
tall
make
he
him look
is.
pretty huge. But it could
I'm
just
try-
be like he wears stilts.
Your
Google
beard's
it
just
now.
not as long, it seems, in the photo.
Have you seen a picture of that guy without a beard? He looks so different.
He looks, yeah, one of those photos is him without it, and it's
Oh,
so
he looks
gross.
very different. Oh my god, that one, it's that one photo though. That's like different. Like
Yeah,
he looks so different though.
Oh my god, he is 0.2 centimeters taller than me.
Oh my god, you can be his double. Go do it.
He's double.
You
for
just have to
sure.
work out, mate, and you'll be good.
He is 40 though, so he's a little bit older than me.
Holy shit.
How-
Dude, you gotta do that. You gotta do it.
What's the weight range compared to you?
It doesn't have it on. No, because actors'
many
weight
abs does he have?
I
fluctuates all the
highly
time.
doubt they would actually have.
Dude, apply for it. Apply. Apply and
Does
send
he
in.
have?
Send in some. Get some nice shots of you. Of different,
Send in that picture.
poses.
Like,
Let's
can you tell?
let's
us?
do it. Let's make Rob
Do some
Thomas
poses.
stunt double.
Yeah.
Do it, Twitch and Twitter. Let's get it happening.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Photo shoot, Rob. Get those. What do you call them? When you're going for a role, and you have like your shot.
You're auditioning for
I
it.
feel
you mean,
like-
or-
Yeah, if you're auditioning for a role and they give him like your
Isn't it?
your photos,
Like,
Oh, yeah, headshots.
like, yeah,
headshots. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got
mate.
headshots.
Do some lay down Deadpool shots as well.
Oh.
Oh shit.
All right, let's dive back into our game if we're all happy to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
I just
So,
realised our donations are at negative 75 hours to go.
that's all right. I'll reset that later. So, just as a reminder, we do run this game 100% for charity, as we are still supporting the Unicorn Foundation. Excuse me. So, at this point, Ikram, the Belvin's been working the forge for 3 days straight. Belvin's been reading books. Belvin's been reading his book and working the forge, learning adamantine, how to work adamantine. Casimir has been studying other books that he hasn't had time recently to read, but now he does. And Sandstorm's been trying to finish off his learning with Draconic. And now, rocking up at the keep is Lady Remilia Haventree. Is there anything that you wanted to do over the span of a few days, other than keeping up your plant growth on your small shrub tree that's outside? It is currently the changing of seasons to winter being just around the corner.
Yeah, right. So you said it was going to take a full year for that thing to grow.
Yeah.
Into like a proper forest.
How long did we have again? Sorry.
Right now, you've just got X amount of time. The only thing on your calendar recently is a party on Sandstorms. Really, on Sandstorms, is just a party in Waterdeep. That is a possible exploration thing.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to that.
Your party, Sandstorm.
That's a noble thing.
Yeah, that's what
We're not
I
nobles,
I don't
is
do
it?
parties.
Well, we know at least Belvin would be going.
No,
I just don't do parties.
You don't do fucking social
That's
events.
cool.
Yeah.
I'd much rather
Wizards
hang out
aren't
in the
social.
forest.
And I would by yourself with the birds and the trees.
Yeah, mate. I might go check on how our giant plantation's going as well, and talk to a sire. I can never remember her name. A sire.
You can see on the map
Ursa.
now. Look at that, mate. It's on the map.
Ursa.
All right, so
Ursa.
just beyond the overgrown.
Oh my
Ursa.
god! I didn't even see that over there. That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Gala
mate.
Forest.
Put him,
It's not evenly spaced out like I.
Imagine it.
Specifically had them spaced out.
yeah, like
for maximum
Meters
growth
per
edge.
tree.
here we
So-
go.
so
He's
wait.
doing it.
Did you make a picture if you looked at it from above? Did you make a picture?
I
Is
had
that
it
what
like
you were
as a
saying?
grid, heaps bloody neck.
Perfect. That's all right.
Perfectly
Look at that.
balanced.
That's a bit better now.
The way all things should be.
By the way, guys, I done a thing. I didn't really tell Dragons about it, but if you have better TTV installed, hopefully in the next week, you'll be able to have a Casimir and an Ikram emote in chat.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I know. It's
Wait,
just a
on
little,
which
little present for you.
Oh, thank you.
I used
Finally
your
not a side
account
character.
stuff, so in everyone should be able to use it once it
What?
goes through. If you have the add-on.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll have to talk to you about that more later on. Yeah.
You should get an email, I think, when it goes up. So,
Wonderful.
oh yeah, get keen.
All right. So Ikram, those changing of seasons, and you've created two spaces in and around the keep, and this lot of trees just a little bit north of the keep. You do know that in those areas they are having wonderful growth. The surrounding areas and the rest of the place, it's that late autumn seasonal change, dying plants.
Gotcha. So all the trees, all the leaves and that are gone.
Yeah, it's mostly just grass in the area, but it's also having that like dying effect.
Yep. How tall are these trees at the moment now? Like how are they going?
Not very. They. Oh, thank you for the host. They are growing slowly. but they are much faster than what you think actual trees. As it's been like 2 weeks, and they're already sprouted towards your ankle. Thank you so much, Gigi, for the host. Ledge. And
Yeah, nice.
Is there anything you want to like play around with?
I might just, make like a.
Do you want to go searching for that owlbear you've seen on the cups?
Make it like a tree and
Yeah, I
leaf.
might go see Osa first, and then go see if I can find this owlbear. And that's
Okay.
basically.
have a drink.
Just want to see how she's going with the plants and everything.
Okay, so when you go to talk to her, she looks you up and down, goes, "Oh, hi! I'm very glad you're back to health again.
Oh, thank you.
I told her that it was quite bad for a while."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And how are things on your end?
They're going well. She kind of mats back her hair and like goes around her horn.
As in, she's like doubting herself, or
More or less like been at it every day for like ever since working with the same people.
oh, so she looks fucked.
Yeah, she's just got a tired expression. It's just like, like I am learning a lot, and the ground is excellent to work on, but it's coming along slowly, and a couple of the guys are getting tired. The pay's come through. We got nothing to spend it on, so there was probably might need a day off, or another party, a festival.
You guys should treat yourselves to something. Sound like you've been working hard.
You can have some.
Have some
grain.
me time.
Yeah, we could do that, especially with this new load of people that have rocked up. Like, I hope that some of them are here to help us. We're slowly growing it, but we're a small team of 5. Can't do much, but we are doing what we can.
I'm assuming we're having this conversation near the garden and stuff.
Yeah.
What? How does if I'm gonna look over there and just how does it actually look?
Like shrubs are growing. It's very
But it looks good. It doesn't look like she's failed.
She's not failing at that at all. She's actually doing a really nice job. You've also got like carrots, cabbages, and a few other vegetables beginning to grow in a span of like basically a week and a half.
Yeah, nice.
Potatoes.
Yeah, the taters.
We're actually getting ready to plow in another crop ready for today. Actually, we're gonna get planting from a first harvest, which should be in a week.
That's awesome. Have you had the owlbear give you any more troubles?
No, we haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah, right.
We haven't seen it since you guys got back from Daggerford.
Oh, that's interesting.
How suspicious.
Yeah, cool.
Things are going well. I'm happy to pick up any other tricks if you've got anything to recommend.
What class is she? Is she just literally like a rando, or is she
is
a particular class?
She is a level 0 commoner.
Okay, I didn't know if there was actually a thing.
Yeah, most people in the keep are just commoners.
Is it like, can you teach them spells and stuff? Is that a thing? Or teach them?
Yeah,
like...
you can teach them. It'll take time, but you can begin.
That's our end goal, obviously, to make everyone work.
Yeah,
Wow.
so everyone's
Yeah.
worthwhile.
Like how long?
The asset.
Because remember our plan, Rob? We have a plan
Equity.
where we want to have a mini party like us that does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
eventually,
Yeah.
all the jobs we did at low levels in our campaign, they'll do them, and we do the high level stuff.
Okay.
Like,
Well-
and everyone's like sort of independent. They can like,
And everyone
deal
will
with their
have
own
a
issues.
We'll mentor one each, and then they'll form to make a group.
Yeah,
The
nice.
quicker you start training, the quicker that will happen.
Well, I'm gonna say to her, well, would you like to learn like the art of being a druid?
You must first.
hand her a
Pamphlet.
huge fucking joint. I'm kidding. I'm not actually doing that.
Step 1.
That's like grandmaster level. You can't just start off strong like that.
She looks at you and she's just surprised. She's just like, "Oh, you think
If
I'm?
that's something you want to pursue, then
I don't know. I'm definitely interested. Yes, of course. That'll be. Sorry. I just doubt myself. I don't. I'll try my best. Where do I even start? Where do we even begin?
Just sign here.
Oh my god.
Didn't I just tell you?
I love Ikram's tangents. Like every time Ikram has an adventure, it's amazing.
Yeah. He almost roleplays a druggie too well.
So like, okay, so in a roleplay perspective, how do I like?
You gotta
initiate
do it
this?
like this.
Like, if she's just a commoner, do I literally just be like, "All right, so this is grass."
Move that dirt.
Big
She
shout
can
out
do
to
a
Like,
gardener.
how do I teach him like spells, and how do I get them?
How did you learn
It's
it?
gonna be a long process. You got to teach them about the druidic concepts first.
You gotta study.
Fuck, I should.
You don't even know. You were born with it.
Just been winging it.
Wait, I'm a druid?
Worst teacher ever.
Portray the concept of the power of nature through her.
Now I know. I'm not thinking about it. I know exactly how Sandstone would teach
Like
someone.
either it's from himself or through a nature deity, like Chanti, the god of
Yeah.
harvests.
Yeah. I'm thinking I might do like a mixed blend, so kind of teach him say that, and then also teach him like how to just survive in a forest and how to like observe things and
Yeah, do that. What Full Metal
Almost like-
Alchemist. Just chuck him on
like-
an island. Good luck.
yeah, like literally throw him in the forest and see if they
Yeah.
can figure it out.
Survive.
And just say, give him a riddle. You gotta give him a riddle. You gotta give him a riddle. Go to the forest, and then have to come back. Then you can come back.
Once they
when
figured the riddle out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
nice.
It's stolen, but it's a great storyline there.
Everything's stolen.
Everything is stolen away.
All right, so you're going to teach her about old faiths, about animals.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
put a
take
pause on that one because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
It does, though, remember?
This was a.
Can she eventually learn to shapeshift and stuff, or is that like literally something you're born with?
That's a druid thing.
That's a druid power. Like that's even from the start. It's
Like, how did so we all have stories of where we learn our shit from. Ikram, please tell us, where did you learn your craft?
Ikram's.
Everyone knows everyone else's where they got theirs from.
I kind of just thought,
we don't
I honestly thought druids were kind of born with it. Like you just literally born with the ability to be able to shapeshift. That's what I
That's
thought.
sorcerers.
I have
are-
no idea. That's why I'm asking
I
you.
think sorcerers are the only class that's sort of like born with their power.
I was born this
right.
way.
Some
See, I
druids
didn't know
can
about-
feel that power in themselves and bring it out to fruition.
You got left in the
Ah,
forest when you're young, maybe. That's the
Just
story.
abandoned child raised
I'm just
by bears.
assuming, like, yeah, you're like, okay.
Yeah, you might have to do the exact same thing to Usha, to her. You might have to take her into a forest and just be like, "Hey,
Here's
This
a nice
is how you
family of
survive.
bears. You'll be living with them for a while.
Tarzan, the bears.
no, it's not even more. It's more
Is that
about
what Ikram
It
is?
turns into like the Revenant.
Are your parents bears?
like yeah, exactly. Like they've always said,
Ah, that's why he's so
You-
unbearable.
you definitely have to take it
Pun of the day.
through like for magic rituals like that were conducted when you were a kid in the forest of sharp teeth back in your druid circle. So it'll be like having to introduce to her that circle of moon philosophy and that idea.
Yeah, you having a camping trip. Go off have a camping trip.
Yeah, I
mate.
reckon. So we're out for a while anyway, aren't we?
Mm.
Yeah, let's go for a camping trip. How far away is the closest forest?
Well, you can book it into the swamp, or you could travel 15 miles north.
Let's go 15 miles.
You
You
turn
can
into a
carry
bear.
me.
Yeah, what?
Your first task, carry me.
I'm like Yoda.
Yeah,
Except you're full sized.
full size Yoda. Oh shit!
No, it'd be cool. It might be like a nice little thing, just how long would it take to track
Wait,
15
transform
miles?
into Yoda because you can transform into something small.
I thought you were going to say transform into a bear.
No, transform into something like Yoda size.
I could just transform into a cat.
Yeah, and then hold them to the back. Do that. That's amazing. So many copyright material here. We love it.
All right, so I'm going to say to
Banners.
well, I'm going to say to her, if you want to learn the way of the druids tomorrow, pack some essentials and meet me at the front of the castle tomorrow, and we will begin your training.
Padawan, TM.
Of course, Master.
Oh, Nagila, that's a cool.
Just call me. It sounds weird. Just call me.
Call me Boss.
Call me
Krum.
Ikram. Yes.
Hey?
Just call me Boskrum.
You're taking advantage of your power right now, mate. You have to,
He's not the only one. Come on.
what are you talking about, mate? No one's taking advantage of anything.
All right. So for the next morning, this is all after the cat situation as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the morning that Remilia comes in, Ikram heads on out with Osha into the hills. You guys disappear into a forest. Before we jump back into that, the rest of the party, Remilia has arrived. Sandstorm,
that's
Rom, and Casimir are making their way towards her. And they've already engaged in conversation. Belvin, you come out of you come out of wherever you're doing because you see all the Kamuffin or new people coming in. Aravin's told you about the new guard rosters that have come around. He lines them all up nice and neat out the front with the keep as well to introduce you to.
Quickly just wanted to say, before I left, I told Casimir that I'll be back in a few days, and I'm taking...
Just going with Osa into the bushes for a couple of
Can
days.
you can I get No, I trust you. No, it's fine. I have enough trust. I shouldn't be suspicious
Not
of
going to
Ikram
put
at
like
all.
a tracker on him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Can you do some kind of have a observer thing with him? But we've known him long enough to.
I was going to say, you've known me for ages.
I know, we do
Just,
trust
yeah.
him. We trust him.
Alright, just don't make you do anything too weird. So
Mate.
anything you would do normally.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
And
But
don't do anything you would
I
do.
do.
You see, he's like
There's a fine line in there, but
gauntlets are
somewhere.
extra thick this time. We're still level 8. Still quite at level.
Yeah, I think it's on the thingy, isn't it?
We've hit our peak performance.
Oh yeah, it's on the
So yeah, Remilia is rocked up. The guards are the new fresh roster of guards are all set up for you as well to inspect. Behind Remilia are 6 hooded figures, and they all remove their hoods. You can see 2 half elves, 2 humans. Each of them have these blue robes, kind of pretty well uniformed. As Lady Remilia looks at you, goes, "I'd like to introduce to you your spies. These agents will help you work around the area. There's a few contacts already in, thanks to young Alton here.
Oh, good work, good work, mate.
That
Alton's
guy
in his
deserves a promotion.
Well, he's pretty much under us. He's actually under us. Oh, you
Only
mean
because
like
you outrank him.
you mean in Harper's promotion? Okay,
Yeah.
Because he's
Alton.
Alton to me is like under us 4 in our group at the moment. I think.
technically
Only
doing
because Remilia said to work with us.
But he does all the hard work, I guess.
it. Does
We tell him what
He's
to
like-
do.
We
He
just
just
take the
does
credit.
entire time. Alton's there. He's got his halfling with his swept back hair. He's got his knee-high boots on. He's got his brown trench coat on. He's got his white button-up shirt. He's just easy work.
Are we on nickname basis? Me and Remy. Hey Remy, what's up? Trying it out. See.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll find out now.
Not much, Sandy.
Oh,
She's like a little shocked, but she's
Sandy.
willing to play the game.
oh yeah, we are. We are on nicknames basis.
Yeah.
You could just call me Legend. No.
Oh, okay. Right. Cool.
My
I'm only
friends call
here
me
for a half day.
Legend.
I just want to have a look around the place.
The name's
that-
Legend. Desert Legend.
Now,
Oh,
Legend, is
shit.
that your shorter name because you're people's culture, or is that the?
Yeah, Sandstorm
Family.
Des Legends, my old name. I'm not sure if I told you before.
Yeah,
But
no,
you can call me Sandy Pants, mate. You can call me anything you want.
Right.
Sandy Pants.
Seems like the keep is coming along really well.
Yeah. Casimir actually. Remember the one before? We're thinking about recruiting Casimir to the group, and he wasn't too sure. But now he has something to tell you now about maybe about the offer.
Oh,
Yes, Lady Romelia. With your approval, I'd like to join the Harpers.
really? Well then, I'm sure the
I've had some time to see your agents operate, and I believe our ideals align.
That's fantastic to hear. Then, another one such as yourselves, happy to join up with our little network. We're going to a ball that's been held by a friend of ours, Lady Dala Slimmerhealth. In respects to two houses working together, the Slimmerhells and the Cliffwells, we are also having a little meeting, us Harpers, if you'd like to attend as well. The invitation is there for you as well, there, Bright Candle, if you'd wish to attend. But more than welcome into the ranks of the Harpers there, Casimir.
What rank does he get?
Well,
Janitor.
Sweeper. You will be, I'd say, for your time served and everything you've done as well, I think that the rank of Washer is a little less than appropriate, especially with everything that you've done.
About what's
I know what the
Alton?
ranks are.
What's
Alton?
Alton at?
Alton is a Harp Shadow. So it goes Watcher.
I thought
Harp
you said
Shadow.
Washer.
Yeah, you said Washer. Yeah, he did.
I said
I heard
Watcher.
Watcher.
Oh, did ya?
Watcher kid.
I heard Watcher.
I heard Washer. I'm like, what's he
I heard Washer as
Hey,
well.
mate, I got some sandy pants right here.
I got you,
I'm
guys.
just steady
I got
feels,
you.
just having it against the water.
Washer is not up to your standard. You are given the rank of Dryer.
You are Dryer Top Loader.
Yeah, so we got Watcher.
And then
Watcher, Harp Shadow, and Bright Candle, which is what you are.
You're already with Alton's level.
that'd make him even more saltier. Carl's dying.
Dead. I'm done.
No, that's Alton.
Yeah. Romelia looks at you and goes, with everything that's been going on and everything you've done, everything you've discovered as well, I think Harp Shadow is a rank fit for you. With this comes some pretty good benefits, especially seeing as you want access to the teleportation network. I'm sure that you'll be needed to be put in contact with other mages and such, and I'm sure there will be much other talks with other mages and such to start trade of information between us.
My thoughts exactly.
There we go. So, the invitation still stands. I'm leaving. I'll probably after lunch. What's for lunch anyway?
Lasagna. Plenty
Plenty left over.
Jinx again, mate.
Yes.
Fucking once a week.
Wonderful. Sounds
Where'd you say
like a delicacy.
Where'd you say the party was?
The party was being held in Waterdeep at the estate of the Slimmer Helves to celebrate the conjoining works between two houses, the Slimmer Helves and the Cliff Wells.
The Cliff Wells. That sounds familiar.
That does ring a massive bell. As you remember back to the time that when you were a wee tiefling, and you remember that one time that there was
They met with Resmir.
They met with a human Resmir. This
No, they met with Half Dragon Resmir. More recently.
yes, they did. Yeah, they did meet with Half Dragon Resmir a couple of months ago when you guys were back in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
The time before. The second last time you were at Waterdeep, as you guys were passing through, and you sent McCall there to their house, where the carriage went.
When we saw Amelia the first time, we told her, we gave her a bunch of information. Did we tell her then about Resmir meeting the Cliffwells?
You did.
We didn't.
You did.
Okay, so they know
Yes.
that. Like,
She knows.
They're part of the cult. Okay.
She knows.
May I ask what you intend to do with the Cliffwells?
Well-
Knowing they're a part of the cult?
Well, that's why we keep our enemies close. Lady Simmerhelve is someone we can trust. Lord and Lady Cliffwell, however, have only risen to power in the last 4 years. Besides, what's a better way to reunite old friends and celebrate success than a party? It's something we are keeping our eye on closely.
Okay, I really want to go there because they're part of the cult, but there's also like lots of work to do at the keep.
I'm sure you can leave it to like who will go to this party.
It's more of a little celebration for a house to, and she does put her fingers up. Work together. It's more saving face. Politics, houses, all that kind of stuff. But us as a faction would rather be in a position where we know someone trustworthy and can have close eyes on them.
I don't know. I might have to decline your offer, unfortunately. There is much to do here. We've recently had security issues. Leave me wary.
Alright. You just muted.
What?
I thought you were saying something and then you just went quiet.
Did I?
No, you stopped.
Yeah, I stopped talking because I thought.
Oh.
It stopped.
Sorry.
His sentence was finished.
Sorry.
Over.
I think when you talked, you just like
I did
Yeah,
end
yeah.
on like a bit of a weird note.
but
But you weren't paying attention. Nah.
So Alton, I just want to know: is he a solo guy?
What do you mean?
Like he's just a guy. He doesn't have any boss or shit, right?
My boss is standing right next to me.
Well,
Yeah,
Remilia's
but,
the
like,
boss.
That's why. Okay, I was just saying because I didn't know it's actually the
My
boss.
other boss is standing right in front of me talking to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I want to know, like, how much. I want to ask her, can I get Alton full time? Like,
Alton, do you feel up
all
for
to
that?
myself.
Alton looks over to Remy. Looks to you. Beats the big city.
No worries, mate. I'm going to give you a pay rise, mate. Give you a nice place to live, and then you can look after this keep for us, and maybe have some adventures yourself one day.
No worries.
One day. Once you're all trained up, we'll let you out there, mate.
He pulls his coat in closer and tucks it. I'm like,
Once you're as good as Casimir, mate, and after.
That's not going to happen.
sounds good to me.
Cool.
Casimir rules.
Because I wasn't sure, like, I wasn't sure if like she could just snatch him away or not, like, whenever she seemed fit. So if
She
that would
can.
fuck us over.
She can pretty much though.
But I felt like what I said there was kind of like she can't.
Yeah, but it's like if an emergency arises.
She's the high harper. I feel like she can.
Oh yeah. But but like if we lose him, we're fucked though. Because when we're away and he's away, who the fuck's gonna control the keep?
Toll School, thank you for the donation.
Holy Jesus! Sausages.
Well, at that sausages. At that point, Romelia does look over to you, says something. Goes. Now, I feel like this would be best suited for you all, considering everything that's gone on. This entire campaign against the Call of the Dragon, I feel like you would all be able to make use of this. And she hands over to you a scroll of Heroes Faced. For you all, of course.
Thank you.
If the need ever arises.
Osa won't be ever using that. Not for the next few days.
Fuck days.
Fuck days.
He's gonna come back and be just like, Casimir, how'd you survive your entire childhood on this?
Also, kind of leans heavily against the wagon. And goes. Also, I have picked this up. 3 trained hedge ravens, so we can get a few other messages sent out here more quicker. Oh, I've also got this letter for Commander Belvin. Where is he?
Commander.
He's banging away, mate.
General Belvin.
Are you still banging away, or?
Yeah, what's this with you being in a forge?
Yeah, well, I'm just smithing stuff.
He's just
What's wrong with that?
Do you know how to smith?
Yeah.
Fucking dude, this has been his trait since day one, hasn't it?
He's been smithing the entire
I
campaign.
think that's his first
that-
trait.
I just feel like because you're like this pretty boy.
Don't
Like,
you remember?
boy.
you know
Remember
what I
he
mean?
made my dagger? He made my fucking dagger.
I was gonna say
He's
I've
a
made,
sword.
the
Dagger of
I've
Vengeance.
I've made the longsword that I have.
My main weapon, Dagger of Vengeance, is made by my brother's hands.
Oh, that's so adorable.
He's pretty.
I know, it was so nice.
Since when has Belvin been the pretty boy?
I thought honestly
I
the
think that's
character
just-
was like this young, like
He's
just
the
'cause
he's the
Viridian.
buff. He's the buff boy.
yeah, like the buff pretty boy.
Buff boy. He's the buff man.
Oh man.
He's not a guy. He's a man.
What's that all?
Infinity War.
Yeah, that's
Drax.
right. That's it. That's exactly it. That's so good. Drax. Oh my god, where's that? There's gonna be a meme of that too.
Romelia does turn to
He's
you.
not a dude. He's a man.
Yeah.
Romelia turns
But-
to Sandstorm and Casimir at that point, and they do say, and she does say, we're trying to keep from the information you gave me before, we're trying to keep a bit of a closer eye on them. Their activities, the sources of their funds are coming from somewhere. And they've recently booked a large force, paid a large sum of money to some company to go on some sort of expedition. Now, we want to find out about this and see what they're after. If they are indeed working with the cult and looking for something, we want to try to figure out what it is. We want to try to block them before. We want to try to get it before they do. This is more of a let's say hello before we begin the race. In a sly political way.
We recently learned that the leader of the Green sect had headed south from that forest. I can't remember the name.
The Misty Forest.
The Misty Forest. With all their cultists and a green dragon.
I'm gonna have to need to send word to King Melandrake. If what you're saying is true, then that force has slipped underneath the watchful eyes of the Elven King. That's a.
And we know they're after dragon masks. I don't know if... Did we know that before? I think we did, like the first time we met.
Yeah. When you met her?
That was like after Castle Nearter.
Oh,
So we knew
you knew
Resme had a
they'll-
dragon mask.
yeah, you knew they'll like Resmi had like some sort of draconic aspect mask,
Hmm.
but they'll call them masks, even though like they're different kind of headwear.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you found out that the only one they don't have is a green one,
Yeah.
as evident from Belvin's vision with them.
So I'll pass that information along.
Cool.
That they're like they're seeking these dragon masks for whatever purpose, but they're pretty powerful artifacts in themselves, I think. But like we don't know much more about them. I don't think.
Don't know the exact powers of each one, but
Yeah.
if you're basing it off the one that Belvin has,
Like they're pretty fucking powerful.
At that point, Belvin comes over as well, drawn by a guard, basically has collected him. Comes on over to the meeting. Ramilia suggests we go carry this conversation on inside and have some lasagna, as you call it.
Lasagne.
Yes. She's a little bit when it comes out, like okay, yeah, I am out in the sticks. It is something I'm just going to have to enjoy and get used to.
City people.
But she does it with a smile, and she's happy to enjoy it with you. So you guys are all sitting in the grand hall of the keep now. Belvin, you come in, and Alton hands you the letter he has for you.
thank you, Alton.
And
And then he's just gonna leave with the. Nah, I'm just kidding. I wonder this could be from my uncle.
you open it up, and you see instantly, yeah, it's his damn handwriting.
Okay, on
There's a
top.
stain of beer on it.
I was gonna say it be some scratch on it.
Beer
Yeah.
or beard?
Beer.
Both.
So the letter.
With that, after lunch is had, really leans in and asks, so is there anything else you would all want at all that I can begin doing some supplies or something for you? I mean, we're looking at using this network as our main base. So, Casimir, we are going to need a circle drawn up soon.
I had already planned. I need some time to study the magic further. I don't fully understand how the teleportation circles work yet.
Wonderful. If you ever need some assistance, please feel free to. And she pulls out a small little silver disc, about 3 times as thick as a silver copper coin, with a harper badge, and in between each of the strings, where a string should be on the harp, carved out grooves. And she puts it in front of you. And you'll be able to contact me at any time.
Would I recognize what it is?
You can make an Arcana check.
28.
28. You're fairly certain, seeing as Belvin showed you one of these a couple of days ago, that it's a sending stone.
And it's Ramilia has the other, obviously.
You would assume so, yes. You ask, and she pulls it out of her out of the pocket inside of her gown, puts it back in.
Yeah, take it. Thank her and put it in my cube. Unlock it and then
Goes away. In with that, she does ask if there is anything you all need.
Well, in time, would you be able to supply more of these? If we can potentially set up a network of agents?
Between the agents, we prefer to use a animal messenger. That way, scrolls or little icons of animal messaging. That way, they're less prone to
Ikram has the worst rap on himself.
He's done this to himself.
I just chew bark.
Chew bark and get high. That's all I do.
And yeah, so she's just going to be like, of course, we can provide some tokens of animal messenger, but also if you are looking for these for yourselves or for your agents as well, working on crucial missions, we can more than likely bring in some. There is probably going to be a cost. This isn't just going to be given for free.
I understand. Nothing's free.
Exactly. Well, this lunch has been wonderful. I'm just going to. So I've got to got quite a journey back. If you do not mind, I would like to bid you all adieu, my harpers, my agents, and Master Belvin. Send my regards to Commander Ontharr. Thank you.
Have a safe trip.
I will. So she leaves in her carriage, takes on off. You guys wanted to do some other little things with your downtime as well from memory, such as Casimir wanted to work on a portable hull. Sandstorm, you can make me another intelligence check for your draconic.
Okay, let's see. I think we got it this time.
Yeah.
I can feel a nat 20 coming, everyone. You watch this. Watch it. Oh shit! I just did a normal 20. That doesn't count. It's not an intelligence check.
Yeah, because that's not.
That's a warming up my roll.
That's a warm roll. All right.
Okay, now I'm all
Rolls a
warm.
1.
Now I'm warm. I'm going to do an intelligence check this time.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yes. It's gonna warm it up, guys. You just gotta warm it up. Just gotta warm it up.
All right, so for the next couple of days, you actually sneak into Casimir's room, you pick out a couple of books that you notice have draconic in it.
I'd literally give him the books if you just asked.
I'm fluent now, right? I'm fluent.
And you open up the books. Over the course of 2 days, you're just like, this, I'm going to nail this. And on the third day, you just go, oh, you can add draconic to your languages.
Oh fuck yes! I fucking knew a 20 was
Nice,
coming, guys.
mate.
I knew it was coming.
Nice.
Just gotta warm it
It's
up
been-
a bit.
It's been a
four-
couple of months though. It's
been
been
four
started
months.
to
Oh
learn.
yeah, I've been started since like our town got
Yeah,
destroyed.
pretty much the start of our campaign. Just started.
Yeah.
Was it? How many episodes are we in now?
50.
50.
Yeah, 50
so it's probably
episodes.
about 45 episodes later.
Yeah, it makes sense. Oh man, I really was feeling it, eh? Holy shit! And I got
That
it.
was beautiful.
He's gonna
so-
believe.
Oh, lucky you had that warm up. The warm up.
Yes, yeah, it's all about the worm up. I
The
warmed
worm
up
up.
to it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Dragons. All right.
Get it? Wormlings. Hey.
I definitely get 20s when it counts. I feel in this campaign.
Pay to win.
Don't pay to win. Just get it when it counts.
Just donate to yourself. Oh boy, how fortunate I get those 20s when I really need
Dude,
it.
you really like literally? I got no pluses or anything. It's just a fucking zero over there, mate.
Yeah. It seems like you have about a 0 there.
The good stuff.
Oh,
Off within the forests of
fuck yes. At this.
just north, there is a small corpse of maple trees. As Ikram takes Osha through the woods, you pass numerous trees, point out multiple tracks, go into information about what kind of plant, flora and fauna are around as well. She's taken it all in. She's wearing just basic traveling garb, backpack on and sleeping pack on the back.
Yeah, nice. So I'm going to say to her, so most druids usually have some kind of religious like origin when it comes to like why they become a druid or their religious beliefs. But my story is a little different, as mine was, I found more comfort in being around nature, as I was abandoned by my parents a long time ago when I was younger, and ended up finding just a lot of comfort in nature, and then I ended up
That's so sad.
eventually being protected. I found myself by things around me, by like creatures and other like animals and things like that, and yeah, that's kind of where I became who I am, and why I believe so strongly about nature, and why I think that it's more fuck off.
As you're saying this to her,
Fuck both you.
as you're slowly saying this and walking through the woods, you do notice that there's hummingbirds beginning to follow. There's a squirrel up on a tree looking down at you.
Ikram's talking out of his ass, yeah, pretty much.
He's just like, I just do it. I just wing it, mate. I turn
Just
into a
seem
bear.
like
I'm winging it. I'm winging it.
You just seem like a
she
wise
looks
teacher.
at you. She looks at you and says, "So, like, I'm a thorough believer in Shanti, the god of harvest. Like some druids are like that. Through like that belief.
But yeah, nah, mate.
So she,
nature?
yeah. So she obviously knows more about the gods than I do.
Is this Ikram or is this Rob talking? Which one? I don't even know anymore.
They're the same.
So I never really had the whole god knowledge
Oh, okay.
like thrown onto me. Oh, I'm actually talking as Ikram now.
So
I never had
ironic.
the god
That's
knowledge
me.
thrown on me as I was. Shut up! Get in there!
Let him do his thing.
As I recently found out, I am actually half angel. So having the idea of having like a nature god doesn't really, I don't know, affect me. What's my mum? I can't remember. She's an angel as well, isn't she?
Your mum was a female human.
Hasn't she become like a
Uh,
spirit now, though?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's that elk. Yeah.
she became that elk.
Didn't bring up how she abandoned you, though, that time?
We're not going to talk about it.
Her spirit guided you to a benevolent being that actually gave you, and from a holy light, gave you your bow.
Oh, yeah.
I tell her that too. You said it nicer than I would have.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
She looks at you and it's just like, she chuckles a little bit and just looks around at the trees. As you guys walk through, you hear the rustling of the leaves and branches. And she kind of looks over to you and goes, "It's funny that a half angel teaching a half devil about nature."
Yeah, I did. That crossed my mind a few times when I was raising Casimir.
Oh, you
Maybe-
raised him?
Yeah, when he was I found him when he was a child.
Oh, poor boy.
Yeah. I took him in, raised him, fed him some gourmet dishes that you'll soon come to enjoy too.
Oh, well, I can't wait. He's indeed a potent individual. I mean, my father was a working man. He didn't do much other than he taught me how to farm, how to raise crops, irrigation, canals, just how to work. But it was always this is your God. This is what you do. This is how you're going to spend your life. And I'm glad it's changed a little. I miss him. But
Sounds like he was bringing you down though. Always push for higher things. Never stop and settle for anything that people tell you.
I can see that's why
Like being a
Casimir.
druid?
I can see that's why Casimir is kind of the way he is. Then, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I never wanted to stop that kid from doing what he wanted to do.
Never disciplined him.
If you want to,
Hence why he ended up becoming a wizard and loving magic and And no, nature.
I fucking love magic.
So while you go over these
It's
talks
like I'm
about
opening up way too much to this chick.
Casimir is no longer my child.
No,
now
it's your
Osa is
teachings.
my favorite child.
Yeah.
When we get back, I'll be like, Casimir, this is your sister.
What?
Adopted. You know, the
So-
second favorite.
Demoted after 3 days.
So she asks you about like nature, like how you commune with it, how you understand it.
Oh man.
How do you? I've seen that you become beasts. How does that even happen? How do you access your magic? How do you grow those trees?
Jesus Christ. Just throwing him under
Man,
the
we're
bus.
getting fucking deep. I'm like struggling after working all day. Now I'm
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna say
I'm
he's really
getting
throwing
deep.
those questions at you.
Damn, Kyle. Have some mercy.
um,
No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade.
well, I'm not sure on the the science behind it, but I found myself after spending so long in the forest that you kind of become almost one with it, and just naturally, you begin. I just naturally begin changing and being able to do what I can do. And then I turn into a bear.
Like you
I
walk
literally
behind
turn
a
into-
plant- you walk behind a plant and then just land on all, like, don't even go on all fours. You just walk as a tall bear, just big bear. You're like steps back a little bit. And she's just like, oh,
Oh my god, that bear just ate Ikram behind that tree.
She pulls out a spear.
You monster!
The head just goes as a bear.
she's like at first she's never really seen the transformation. It just shifts from as this fur just bulges out for you, from you. Pull, like, your hands become the massive bear claws. Your snout grows out. Little cute ears on top. And she's like, oh, and then she like touches you to just see if it's real, and it's just like,
Yeah, hopefully I don't get mauled.
right.
And then I change back, and then I just say, like, you two one day can harness this kind of natural power. All you got to do is become one with nature,
Can
man.
Ikram talk while he's a bear?
I don't think so. That's why I changed back.
Okay.
All right. So you know for a fact that when you were growing up, your druid circle, the few ceremonies and rituals you went to were all very like sacred sites, old, very old and rare trees where underneath full moons were where rituals took place.
Okay.
Just to celebrate the natural cycle.
Yep, I relay that one.
A
Feel like I'm. Yep.
You don't really-
Do I know when the next full moon is?
couple of nights. But
Okay.
there's enough time between you that, yeah, your time spent in the wilderness. Let's put it down to some
Yeah, so what I'll probably do is I'll teach her like how to make sort of basic traps and like how to like scan scan for tracks, paw prints. Basically just know like what, like sort of understanding creatures' movements and things like that, and like their general like generally like what they do, like when they hunt, behavior. I was blanking on the word.
So like to become the bear, you have to understand the bear.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm stealing that too.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's not stolen, it's given.
I didn't copyright it in time.
I do kind of semi make it quite hard for her though, in the sense of like we don't sleep in tents. We're sleeping like out in under the stars. You know, you're not washing, like you're kind of washing yourself, but you know, like it's kind of just you're being, I don't know, a bushman.
You were being a bushman. You're literally.
Yeah.
All right. So
Just go
I'd like you to
camping.
make me a survival check, and I'd like you to make me a nature check.
This would be embarrassing if you fuck it up.
Oh my god, would it? That's not too bad.
This is for how.
It's not that good either.
Real,
It's not
just,
bad.
it's a hard challenge.
Not bad, not
Like,
good.
essentially, by the second night, she's basically just like, all right, I'm going to drop my backpack. This is apparently now useless in this situation, as long as I'm nice and warm. And then, like, the third night, where it's just really cold, you're like, no, you don't count on that stuff. Here, I'm going, and you take it to a tree with really big leaves that you use to insulate your whatever clothes you're currently having on, and
Nice.
you make her a nice little massive fern leaf cloak.
Come here, so we need to snuggle for body warmth.
But I'm gonna make some checks, and yeah, she picks it up fairly well.
What how big's this forest?
It's only like 3 or 4 miles across.
Okay.
It's small.
On the last night we're there, while she's asleep, I'm going to leave leave so that way she thinks I've bailed, but I'm going to be able to watch her the whole time,
All right,
just to see what she's seen, what she's observed, like she observed what she's learnt.
All right.
But I don't want her to know that I'm there.
Okay, so you can make a perception check and make a stealth check at advantage.
I do get advantage on stealth checks.
In the woods.
Yeah.
So you
Are
can
you
have a
guys
vote.
just camping in this little patch
Boom.
of patch of trees?
No. They're much higher north and like.
So they travelled a fair way.
Yeah, we traveled like 15 miles on yours.
It's like when you get camping as a kid, you just go in the backyard.
I'm camping. And they just go
We're
inside of
camp.
the fridge and get food.
No, you get an extension cord, you plug your
The TV.
computer into your tent.
Oh, I remember those days.
We're camping. Fucking
So-
gaming in our tents.
As you hang out in the underbrush and just watch her, she comes to. She panics for the first half of the morning, basically wandering around aimlessly, and more of the sense that she's been abandoned in the woods from someone she thought she could trust. By lunchtime, she looks hungry.
Wait, she's just staying there?
No, she's wandering
Oh,
around.
okay. Thank God.
She's like calling out and everything. And then she gets to the point where she's hungry. And you see her go into action, trying to like gather
This is
resources.
kind of fun.
Gather, so you're trying to get water. And I'm going to roll a d20 to see if it works.
From the sadist.
She struggles. She
Oh my God.
struggles
How low
completely.
did she roll? What did she roll?
She rolled an 8.
Okay.
She struggles.
That makes sense.
Sorry, mate, you didn't make the cut.
She
Well,
struggles, but
gonna have to find a new tiefling.
eventually fills like one like palm-sized leaf up with some water and is able to just barely have a bit of a drink. She tries her hand at making small delicate traps, or to draw animals in, or even to forage for berries, as she's going to make a survival check. You see her pick up some berries that you know are more than likely going to be poison for her,
Fuck.
and she
Okay.
ingests them.
No. Wouldn't I feel like I would stop her before she goes and. I'll let her just.
She's going to make a Constitution saving throw.
Wait,
Oh.
they're not fatal. Are they fatal? Oh my fucking God, she died.
On a 1, there's the rest of the afternoon. She's basically curled up by the side of a tree and just vomiting profusely.
Oh my God. So they're not fatal. They're just
Murder.
poisonous.
Not
isn't it?
fatal. She just like
Hey man, she's got like it's not all sunshines and rainbows.
Like, if she dies out here, that's
sometimes it's
manslaughter, right?
raining and sometimes it's thunder.
speaking of. There's a crack of thunder as the rain begins to pelt down.
Yeah, nice.
Did you
Good.
bring
At least
your
now she's got water.
You're
Just make an
loving all
umbrella out
this
of
shit.
leaves.
She does, and you see her curled up underneath a tree, like her clothes are
Drenched.
I'm not drenched, down her blouse is basically like a wonderful color of blood / bile vomit. It looks like she's been throwing up for most of the day, trying to gather any sorts of food, starving, poisoned, and curled up underneath a tree in the wet. And she looks like she's at the point of giving up.
Is she vomiting up blood?
Oh yeah.
Like
I didn't know she was giving up. Yeah, I didn't know
like
she was
it's
doing
not
blood,
like
but-
just like bleh. It's like one or two.
You're
Okay.
there. You're
Yeah,
there.
no, I'm going.
Barely.
Yeah,
Barely tall spell.
Well, Casimir went through torture before he got up to Ikram, so he already did his trial.
Yeah, then he
she was
boarding school.
she was tortured though, wasn't she, when she was younger?
She was.
She
We
should.
just
yeah.
like rescued them a couple of months ago.
Yeah, she should be
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is nothing compared to being just having my blood sucked out in a cage.
Okay.
She's freezing.
So what? Okay, what I'm gonna do is,
Build a care package.
I'm gonna I'm gonna rig up. So she's leaning against a tree, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna like kind of like jerry rig like a kind of a shelter like above her, if that makes sense. Kind of like in Tarzan, he kind of does it too.
Yeah,
His
pulls
mum.
like one certain leaf down to give her cover.
Yeah, it kind of. Oh no, like sort of like a branch that sort of has a bunch of foliage on it that kind of creates like a giant umbrella for her.
Okay.
Are you like revealing yourself, or are you doing?
No,
things
no,
like
I'm
your
doing this.
magic?
Doing this pretty quietly, as quietly as I can.
All right. So, give me a stealth check because you're going to be at advantage.
God damn it! Damn these fucking. Stealth is not my strong point, eh? Ooh, maybe.
Let's give her a perception. As the branch comes down, she like looks up instantly, from not feeling the water, the rain dripping down on her through the canopy, and she goes, "Ikram, Ikram." She kind of like calls to herself, and you spend the rest of the
Can
night.
just imagine
watching-
No, no. So and then
Going-
okay.
No.
Okay, yeah, so she spends the rest of the night, doing a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next morning, I'm assuming it stopped raining, so I will
Still
like.
raining the next morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need you to make a perception check.
All right. I don't want to be dead. She wouldn't die. What am I doing?
I'm pretty sure she will die.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
I
if
did
this
that at
gets up-
advantage, but
Yeah, but he'll be there the whole time, ready.
yeah, no, I'm
Wake
pretty
up.
much ready. Like, no. So I want to wake up earlier than like.
Have you got Revivify?
Hey,
Have you got Revivify, the spell? So if she
No.
does die, you get to survive.
I'm kind of thinking that I don't really sleep at all during like this night in particular.
Okay, so you just spend the night watching?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna like plan in the morning. So like, say if she's sort of here, I'm gonna like rig up like a small fire and kind of cook some food and all that sort of stuff. 30-ish meters away from her,
Okay. She
and
wakes up to the smell of the food.
yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna use Druidcraft to kind of like waft it over to her.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
That internalizes her, and that pulls her out from her like dazed sleep, and she's just like, ugh. At this point, she's just like being 4 days out and maybe like 5 days now out in the harsh wilderness, and the real dose of reality. 4 days hungry and thirsty.
Yeah.
That food is like a mighty tasty. She comes over it, and she's just like,
It'll be a nice assortment of fish and bark.
kind of pushes the bark
Had to be
aside. She knows you eat it, but she doesn't understand it. So she says, like, mug on
She
the
will
sticks.
eat it.
Um,
I'll just say to her, like, so how do you think you went?
where are you currently?
I'm sitting like right opposite the fire, like, so she kind of walks up, the fire's in front of me, and I'm sort of standing behind, like sitting behind the fire, like just waiting for her.
Okay, all right. So yeah, she comes in and looks at you and goes, "Been here the whole time? This has been horrible. It's It's harsh.
I wanted to show you that nature has its ups and downs, just like people do.
Life's hard.
Like life does. Yeah, life that can suck, and you need to be like you need to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
And like I won't always be here, and you may have to like fight for things on your own.
That's true. At that point, you hear a like the snapping of a branch, Ikram.
Am I doing another perception check?
No, with your perception check previously, which was the one I was asking you for.
Okay.
You see between two bushes.
Fucking hell. Music just changed. Oh,
It
no,
did.
didn't.
I got the remote.
I got a little scared.
Gilroy, thank you for the host.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I did the thing, and I did the thing and just broke the thing. It was being wonderful. Oh, 1 second.
He broke the roll 20.
I broke myself. I gotta remove that.
Oh
music.
my god, what is
That's not very naturey.
Yeah, everybody stand up and we start doing these ones.
You look up and you see over there standing Owlbear.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn.
One-on-one
He
owlbear.
looks over to you, goes. It's like massive claws with trails of feathers going down the side of its arms, a mix between dark grey at the front and brownish grey at the back, breaks over the foliage and underbrush and just comes up, breaking over towards you. It's
Does it look like it's just eyeing off the food?
eyeing off the food, but probably looking at you as well. You're
It remembers me?
you're not entirely sure. This is like looking at you with eyes of hunger.
Oh.
And it's just claws. And you two are the biggest food. At that point, she screams. Osha screams.
Oh, calm down. It'll be fine.
What are you
Gonna
talking
go-
about? There's a monster there!
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We got the bear whisperer right here.
Figure it out. Ah, shit.
This is your final test. You're like,
Yeah.
disappear.
Fight the bear.
Oh my god, yeah. I just like turn into an eagle and fly off.
If you make it back alive, you will pass the test.
She takes a couple steps back. She's just like, ah! And the owlbear just comes in, seeing that the ground's been given, and just...
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animal.
Okay.
How big's an owlbear?
Large.
Like, are they bigger than like a brown bear, or are they the same sort of
Big.
size?
So same sort of size, but definitely on the larger scale.
Okay. And they walk on all fours, though.
Yeah.
And be like, "Hey, buddy, you hungry for some fish?"
Make a persuasion check, please.
Come on, mate. Do it.
Oh shit! Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
And I like pick out like a couple of the fish that I've like cooked because they're on like there's a piece of stick, like there's a stick, and then and I pick up the stick and I kind of like hold it out for her with 3 fish on it.
Okay. So... The owlbear
Oh my
looks at
god,
you,
owlbear versus angel bear, that'd be sick.
and then just comes on over, just sniffing, intrigued by you, and you hear, kind offer. Thank you very much. Do you know where we can get some more? Fish is quite enjoyable and rare out here.
Oh, I've got plenty back at our keep.
Like a sophisticated owlbear.
The owlbear kind of leans down and just with its massive, large beak, they could probably bite your bloody head off.
Yeah, nice. You're more than welcome to come back to our keep and
What large beak you have
and,
there.
and join us. Do I speak? So when I speak with animals, I'm just wondering, like,
what comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, do I speak the owlbear's language, or does
Yeah,
the...
I'd think that would be like a hoot, and Usha's just watching this.
I was gonna say Usha must be like, oh, that's cool.
Between Ikram and Ben, he's like panicking as you two are sitting next to each other, and you're like just handing her a kebab, a fish kebab, and the bear is just like.
We both have a laugh.
Really, it's like,
And she's freaking out.
Lovely fish here. I love what you've done with the spices.
And she's just like, huh? And a little bit of her hair just like falls over the side of it.
So yeah, how do you feel about coming back to the keep? Plenty of food, plenty of fresh fish.
You can make a persuasion check at advantage as the owlbear looks up at you and goes, well, looks down at you because it's much larger than you as you're sitting down.
I'm tempted to use a natural 20.
Well, it's at advantage.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, I make it for that.
What'd you say, persuasion or perception?
Persuasion at advantage.
Oh, nice.
Advantage.
Natty 20.
As long as there's plenty
Dirty
of
20.
As long as there's plenty of fish, plenty of food. The hills are good around there. Though the lizard folk in the swamp are quite annoying. It doesn't say lizard. It doesn't say lizard folk. It says the the walking lizards. Quite annoying.
Do I know about these walking lizards? Oh, lizard folk.
You can assume that walking lizards probably means lizard folk.
Do I know that they're actually there?
Yeah, you don't know. You
Okay.
haven't been in that marsh.
Yeah, right.
in the west.
We haven't seen any. We haven't been there long enough to know everything in the area. So these lizard folk are quite unknown to me.
Seems like hunting season's on then. Thank you so much for the follow.
I'm not going to stop you.
And so with that, your little adventure ends in the forest, and the owlbear.
Went in with one
The
trainee,
final thing,
came out
the
with
final.
two trainees.
As we're leaving with the owlbear, I kind of like just pat the top of the owlbear, like along his back, actually, I probably wouldn't be able to reach, probably like above his back legs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, in between like his arm and leg, kind of along his stomach, and then I turned to Osa, and I just say, "Remember the good and the bad," and that's it.
She reaches out to pat the owlbear, hesitates, and then pats it. As you guys make your way back to Riverguard. Guys, as the last week has gone past, you guys have worked on a number of projects. Is that correct? Casimir's tried to work on his portable whole cube.
Yes.
Belvin's tried to join join with Casimir in the creating or altering of the circlet of blasting. Is that correct? I know it's something you've been wanting to do for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, if Casimir has the time to help me with that.
Kaz will make time for Belvin.
Okay.
Damn straight you will.
Even though
Casimir
you guys
does not
had
make time for Belvin.
Even though you guys had a bit of a fight the other day, it's all right. It's all right.
He knows I could
It's just
probably...
like there's still a bit of
beat him
tension
up
about
still.
it, but it's like there are other things we need to worry about too. We can't
Yeah,
just
like
focus on one
hanging
thing.
out together. All right, so
We've
you
been
two
friends
spend
for
a
a
bit
good
of
time.
time together over a couple of days. I'd like you to make me an Arcana check there, Casimir, and make a smithing check from our wonderful Belvin. God damn.
Nice
God
one.
Damn, fucking
High five.
smashing those rolls.
God damn. All right, so you create, you shift it from a circlet of blasting to a, what did we say it was? A wrist strap or a gauntlet of
It's
blasting?
a gauntlet.
Like a bracelet maybe?
Uh,
Because
Yeah,
then you
it's
could
like a
sort of
shirt.
like
Shirt.
put that over
Yeah.
a gauntlet. Right?
Yeah.
I have a picture.
Is it? Yeah, it's the one with the circular flame in it. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. So it's like it's an extra hand piece over the top of that, like continues
It's
down
like
like
an
a
ornament,
brace.
basically, that sits over your gauntlet, right? That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, it's like interchangeable between your gauntlet and the rest.
It's something you can sort of like clasp onto your gauntlet, so over the top, right?
Yes, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Like an
So
ornament.
yeah, if you want to take a look at it, join the Discord just down below. You can see it in there from the idea from our good old Velvet. And with that, with those rolls, I've got to give it to you as well because that's a 50.
Natty 50.
That is a 50. It's not just your normal circle. It's not just your normal gauntlet blasting out. It is a level 3 gauntlet.
Oh,
Goddamn.
Level 3.
So instead of casting
Not level 2.
second level spell, it casts it at at a higher level. So it's
So you get an extra beam, I think.
yeah, you're gonna get an extra beam. Because that I've got to give it to you on that because that is badass.
yeah, we rocked it.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice work,
Fuck
mate.
yeah.
So he basically like, added in a bit of adamantine to it, I guess.
Yeah.
So you're getting the good rolls at
Probably.
that time as well.
Yeah.
You-
I'd like you guys to mark off probably 200 gold worth of either materials, maybe one if you're going to add in adamantine to it, maybe minus one of the tridents from it.
Put it on our tab.
Yeah,
Oh, it wouldn't be that much though, because it's only like a little ornament.
true, but you got to work with it first. You got to change it at the same time. At the same time,
How much
Coming out of
gold?
Your cut, mate.
How much gold?
200.
Yeah, that's cool. I can do that.
So yeah, that's upcast. Anything else real quick before? No, I don't think he no longer has the decaying squirrel on.
Well,
He really wanted to keep it though. I remember that.
I was trying to hang on to it.
He
Oh,
really
well,
wanted.
yeah,
to
definitely.
keep
You
it.
still have that squirrel on your shoulder.
No,
Oh,
no. Remember
no.
how? What happened to it? Oh
I'm
no,
pretty
a fucking dog or something ate it, didn't it?
No, the gnome came and took it.
That's right. It was the
Oh,
gnome came back. Yeah,
the crazy
motherfucker.
gnome.
Yeah,
Crazy
that's
gnome came
fine.
and took it.
I made
What
sure
happened
you
to
put
that guy?
that shit down. Like, I was just like,
He's stuck in the forest still.
you. You put that thing down. That's gross.
All right.
Touch
So over the course of these weeks that have passed, Casimir is also making the portable hole.
Yeah, and to do with what Ikram was doing, I thought we could have sort of like competency tests to see, because we plan to like train up some other people, so they're not just like commoners basically. If we could have some like aptitude tests, that's what I mean, to see like what each like NPC could basically start training as, like what their suitable roles are.
This sounds like such a wizard thing.
Yeah, man.
Aptitude test. Nah, you've taken me out to the bush, mate.
I'll make Ikram do one. Sorry, mate. You don't have what it takes to be a wizard.
Yeah, definitely
out of-
would not.
Out of the four joining you for the four joining you from the Harpers, the two half elves turn out to be quite good at possibly being scouts, whereas the two humans are going to be more or less spies.
The
as-
Harpers already have like classes, basically. Oh, like roles. I mean, more like the tiefling NPCs that we rescued.
Yeah, we can decide.
Oh yeah, of course.
Should
Like-
we
like,
just
so
not
Ursa's
have one each?
Yeah, well, that's why I thought like the
Yeah.
test would be to
We-
see
we
what they're.
meant- Oh
actually
yeah,
good at.
you've done that before already. I thought
Nah, we talked about it, but we haven't actually.
we talked
like,
about
done
it. Okay,
in-game.
yeah, sounds good. You
That's
should
it.
do,
Is that?
you should do that, dude. You should like fucking
Well, that's what I thought. Like,
put their
could,
sorting hat on.
Kaz could come up with like some like those toy riddle things where you could like put the shape together or like
Okay,
undo the rings, and then
it's
like.
not like Harry Potter. and
But
shit.
Sandstorm could do tests like agility tests and that sort of thing, and then Belton
Yeah.
could do strength tests.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you could have
definitely.
multi-class.
Yeah.
So at the end of the 2 weeks, after about 2 weeks, Sandstorm, it is a 4-day journey to Waterdeep, you know, from Daggerford.
Okay.
The day is the weekend is quickly approaching to the party that Neva, the woman that bested you, invited you to,
Yeah.
which is also
Can I
apparently
bring other
What's that?
people?
Was
Nah.
that was like the pirate lady, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
pirate.
yeah.
Well,
So when was that?
you don't know.
If
You'd have to
I
ask.
remember
You
like
might-
ages ago, like it said it was a long time, but obviously that's
It was
gone
like
quick.
4 months.
Yeah,
4 months in game.
it's going quick.
Apparently, the 4 months went really quick. I thought we were only like a couple of weeks after that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gone very quick.
But time flies, I guess, when you're having fun.
Yeah, we've got little things in there as well. But you know for a fact that yourself is invited, and you can definitely ask Remilia if you can bring others, such as guests. But you are definitely invited, and so are Harper's. With an ask,
Cool.
you can definitely bring either. You are allowed a +1. You already have an invitation as well from Neva. So you've got an invitation through Neva, and you've got an invitation through Remilia.
Okay.
So you can potentially have a group of 4
Oh, look at that.
for the entire invitations.
So it's not named, no name invitation.
No, it's just like you are invited to this party being held at the.
Awesome.
Just a blank invitation.
So we all could go, guys. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, if you
Get your best
don't
dressed
have to.
Ikram, mate. Try to be a bit social.
Nah, mate, I'm out. So yeah.
You can go to Belvin's etiquette school or something.
Dolphins etiquette school.
I can't think of anyone else in our group that could like teach.
Etiquette. The only one that's actually been trained as like
Yeah.
a noble is
I don't
Belvin.
know any etiquette at all. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we know
Belvin's
that.
probably your man.
literally, I know nothing about
Yeah,
anything.
no.
Not even in character now.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
If I can, Carl, I would like to try and teach Ossa Druidcraft,
Okay.
if I can.
All right.
Just to sort of start her off with something small.
How are you going to make this happen?
We're still coming back from the forest, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long would it take? 15 miles. How long does it take to walk that?
You can walk 12 miles on foot. You can. I think it's like you can walk 12 miles in 8 hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
12 miles in a day.
Yeah,
Basically.
12 miles in a day.
Yeah. Okay. So when we stop one night to have a rest or whatever, I might, we've set up like a campfire or whatever, and I might, and I literally light the campfire like with my hands, I guess, and then I'm like,
As opposed to with
that
the
sounded so dumb. I literally just have a pile of wood and then I just click and then like it lights on fire. And then I'm like, I'm gonna try and teach this to you now. And then straight after that I kind of open up my hand, and as I open up my hand there's a seed in there, and the seed blossoms into a small flower. And I'm not really sure how I teach it to someone.
You whisper
I
the
guess
spirits
just
of
just
nature.
you
have
just
to feel
you
it.
gotta kind of like chi, kind of like controlling your internal chi.
From the ground up, through their feet.
So she looks at you and she goes, "So
Is chi a thing in this world?
yeah, key's a thing.
Okay.
Monks use it.
She's going to like look at the fire and say, "So, you want me to? What do you want me to do? Try grow a flower?"
Yep. Let's start with that.
Do you have another seed?
I do. I pull one out of my bag and give it to her.
All right, she's gonna take it in hand. She's gonna look at it.
No, I want you to concentrate all your internal, I'll just say chi, and become one with the trees, one with the earth, one with the air, one with the water.
And she's going to sit there look down at you. She's going to close her eyes. And she's going to focus hard. And you see her there focusing, breathing softly. Let's take a look and see how well she does. 13.
Is that good?
As she begins to channel whatever she understands as the passage of magic through it, using her own, what seems to be her own natural given ability. Somehow you see this a familiar kind of faint glow to her hands, and you see around the seed it cracks. There's a little tiny little sliver of a sproutling comes out, doesn't unwind. It's a very slow process as it brings it out, and she struggles, and she releases and puts her hands out. She's just breaking down into heavy pants, just but she's happy as she looks down and sees. The familiarity takes you back a long time ago to when Casimir came back to you in his hands. Small child, not a couple of days after you basically rescued him. And he brought to you a dead bird.
Oh, sure.
My
yes.
cat.
I forgot to tell you about this story.
To which he presented the dead bird to you. You gave Casimir a pat on the head. You gave the bird a pat, and you told him about the circle of life and how it works. He denied that.
As he does.
Druid crafts aren't real. Wizards are the real mages.
And he goes, as he's looking at it, he's like, and he told you about how he wants to have the power to protect. There's a flash of energy, and the bird that had just passed from natural age took a breath, chirped, fluttered off. As Casimir's first sign of magic
Yeah.
blossomed.
Very proud moment.
Cool.
And that's where
Them
we're
healing
going.
hands.
I'm gonna hold up my hand and just be like, high five!
Yeah.
She had fun, yeah. That's what we're going to do our session for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming around. I'm sorry, guys, that we went a little bit over just by a couple of minutes, but still at the same time,
It's okay.
something happened. But I hope you all enjoyed tonight's session. It was a bit more loose leaf. Hopefully Wednesday we can be back at it again.
Back to our regular schedule.
We are.
Yeah,
I think so.
I've-
Yeah.
I'm free
I'm,
now.
I'm free.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining us in tonight. I'd like to thank our wonderful players for tonight's episode. Thank you so much, Tall Squalls. Thank you so much, Unnamed Gaming, and our wonderful other friends for coming in with the raids. They were incredible. Thank you so much for the follows tonight. It's been good.
Kyle, for just rolling with our random ideas.
I love it. I love to be put on the spot.
and winging the shit out of it.
Well, I'd like to thank Rob for putting a level of druid into OSHA.
Woo!
No.
Great work, Rob. Well done.
Yeah.
That's how I create those NPCs.
Sick. That's awesome.
She almost died, but we got there.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes.
And next week we'll see if we can get to a party. If not, who cares? You don't have to go. It's the options out.
Where's the party at?
Waterdeep.
Oh, okay. Was that the same spot the other one was at? What was the
No.
other one at?
That was in
The other one's in
Daggerford.
Daggerford.
Sort of like
No,
dance
Isn't
and
that
stuff.
soon?
Yeah, we use her at the dance.
That's like up
Yeah,
in
that
like
was
That's
2
already
more
happened.
weeks or something.
That's happened.
No,
Oh,
no,
so
where,
you said
where
there was
was
another
it?
Oh, you already been to it. Oh, right.
That was
Yeah.
the first one.
You're at the.
We
the,
went.
fir-
we all
the
went to
first
that.
one. Yeah, the
No.
first one that you guys went
Let
to that
me-
I didn't go to.
Oh, right, right.
Where
I thought
was
you were
that
talking
at?
about- Oh, Daggerford.
Okay.
You
That
were
was-
there.
That was
But-
before
no,
the Aboleth
I-
fight. That first
I thought
one.
I thought he was
Yeah.
talking about the party that you have to go to. In
Nah,
Daggerford.
nah, that's.
I didn't know if that was
So the
same
one that
place.
Remilia invited you to is the exact same one that you were invited to by your.
Oh,
Oh, there
I,
we go. There's a
The
confusion there.
exact,
Right,
the
okay.
exact same. You just
I didn't
Yes.
think it was in
So-
Waterdeep. I thought it was Daggerford.
I actually have sort of 2 invites for +1s, which means it's 4. So that means everyone can go.
if they want.
But we have to
You've got
travel.
two people
It's a decent distance, like 5 days away.
It's a bit of travel.
Yes,
You
That
wouldn't
is-
want Sandstorm to go alone, would you?
It'd be pretty
definitely
funny.
not. I feel like at least Belvin has to go.
I'm in trouble here. Like the last person, I'm meeting the same person that caused me trouble last time we met. So
Use Guardian.
anything could happen.
Yeah.
Anything.
Love can make me Sandstorm do stupid things.
Oh, I'm more than likely.
Oh.
I'm so excited for this to
That's
see
cute.
what happens. And I
All
don't
right,
think I'm
well.
gonna do
That
it.
was sweet.
That was. All right. Well, thank you so much everyone for joining us tonight. I am Dragons and Cats. I'm Dragons and Cats.
Cool.
and This has been.
Cool. That's the answer.
Until next time, keep rolling 20s. See you later.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye bye now.
Bye.